Hello, everyone. Welcome. Oh, got distracted. So, lacking notifications and whatnot. Sorry about that. Been a busy day. Bit of a busy day. Got a lot of errands and whatnot done with minimal bloodshed. Always a nice thing. Only a nice thing. Only 2 bandages. Let's check in with the kitties real quick here. We have Sky and Ember up in the tree. Mason, Sherbet, and Sammy on the bed. And Molly is down to my right. We got the crew together. Wanted to get something rolling again today. We did have a shorter stream yesterday. Want to continue with this game. Want to continue with Urban Myth Dissolution Center. Nice and light game. Good narrative stuff, though. Gotta like that. Oh, but let's pop on through here. Yeah. Okay. So we stopped at the start of second day. The first day of the mission seems to be identify the myth. And this time it's Bloody Mary. We have a female ghost appearing in a mirror after do a ritual that includes naming it multiple times in a row. So we'll see how this go and see what is actually going on. What are we actually seeing? Oh, dear. Got my beverage lined up. Wow. Let's see. Probably going to try to weave in another game later this week. And I still want to do schedule stuff, but there's enough going on that it's just fiddly at the moment. But anyhow. Looks like yesterday's live stream was doing the numbers. I see. But nothing actually happened during the ritual. Maybe it didn't go down well with the audience. Sometimes I do feel like there are some... it really feels like there's a bit of language barrier that happens now and again. Because Jasmine's statement implied it's doing well, doing the numbers. It's doing well. Azami's statement implies maybe this is why it's not doing well. Get your doom scroll on. There have been times viewers caught things Kineko himself didn't. Understood. Maybe you'll find some info on the incident that happened to the girl who used to live in 104, too. Start with the viewer reactions. So let's see. There was nothing that was apparent in this time. Or nothing that immediately leapt out during the ritual. When they were heading back, Azami saw a figure rise up behind Jasmine. And this time as well, Kineko was looking into the mirror. Last time they mentioned that he mentioned that he was so focused on the camera he didn't see where the thing should have been. This window here is visible through a mirror. The camera is facing a mirror that he is facing. He is facing the mirror as well. So the camera is looking at the mirror. And behind him in the window here, we can see a thing. So there's still something going on. We haven't figured out why it can't be seen, because the last time he was facing the camera, the description, the justification is he was so focused on the camera and the recording that he didn't notice something that would have been right in front of him. Since he's facing the mirror, he should see this in the mirror. But again, maybe he's distracted. Let's find out. Get all quiet. What? Is it real? Is it really there? So we can see something. Really? I'm shaking. It could be a lie or a mistake. You're totally shaking. This little number is there's a little like counter that goes up on the core post that you're looking at. This time it has to be a setup. It's too terrifying if not. A setup by who? The ghost? Probably was planning it from the start. How annoying. You can't fool me. But people always suspect that Kineko Tanahara does possible setups. Seems there's a lot of suspicion on Kineko-san. Topics like that do grab a lot of attention. Should probably give those a check. Oop. The general pattern, for those that haven't seen it, is that at the start of a day, you browse through social media and you're looking for clues of things to investigate or things to think about. And while you're going through the posts and reading them, clicking them to get the character reactions as well, you will get keywords that you can use for searching to find more posts and get more clues. Once you've got all the clues, there are some like optional searches you can do that will get you extra stuff, but it seems like it's not always necessary to see everything to get all the clues. So it can be good to look through them. Then we will go on site, we'll look around, we'll find more information. We are going to periodically have like simple questions of, are you paying attention to the information you're gathering questions, and then you'll be asked to draw a conclusion or make a hypothesis about what's going on. And then we will move on. Repeat until case solved. I don't know, there's plenty of discussion, accusations of staged situations and the like. I'll see what they think is fake. I'm sure the accusations are endless. Might be a setup, but the filming felt super realistic. Not just Kineko-san. Did he really have no idea? Maybe the whole thing is made up. Just some elaborate joke. Kineko really seemed like he had no idea there was a ghost in the shot. Some account is spreading some ludicrous rumor that the summoning ritual actually worked. Ludicrous? The rumors have gone to plaid. The boss man would love it. Zoop. It's getting so much attention. There must be a lot of demand for these topics. Your research can be part of that demand. Shadow is the ghost of the girl who died in that apartment. This shadow is the ghost of the girl that died in this apartment. She must have a lot of regrets tied to this room. I was talking with Kineko-san about this yesterday. He said the ghost had somewhere it wants to go. Like, the ghost is really angry and doesn't want anyone else to have that room? I mean, that's one of the classics, is the kind of territorial spirit, the get out. We have details on the Yumekicho apartment incident. There's something written about the incident. So one of the shadows that we could see was of a supposed murder suicide in the apartment. It would seem that a woman super stabbed a dude many times. If it's actually reliable info, even better. What was that Yumekicho place called again? Yumeki Flats or something? Where the girl killed a guy, then herself? Maybe this post is from someone local. You have the little location. With the building name there, it'll probably get a lot of attention. If it's from locals, might be pretty reliable info. So, a lot of keywords this time. It's the search, you put them in alone or in pairs to try to find more listings. We might be able to get some info about the incident. Search it up, get us that info. So, I like investigative games, the ones that give you, like, you know, fake web pages and magazine articles and all of that stuff where you have to, you know, gather information and make deductions, you know. This is like that, but very light. This is much more of a detective game where there's a series of things that you have to effectively touch for your characters to have the information they need. And then it's a matter of when do you present that coupon? When do you raise the flag of that piece of evidence? This is Phoenix Wright style detective game. I like the idea that our primary external investigation tool, aside from going on site and looking around, is effectively Twitter. You don't get it. It's not that. There was something totally unreal in Kinako's video yesterday. Something unreal? What was it? Is there really something in the video we didn't notice? Must be a joke. Give me a break already. I could say the same to you. Where you really should be looking is the two cutie helpers. They were featured without a single promo. They were kind of looped in on the video and didn't realize it. Cute? Helpers? Come on. Effectively, they were present. They didn't really participate in it. They were just onlookers. And apparently were on camera a couple of times. Girl with all the frills was so scared, LOL. Who is she? Never seen someone shake in fright so much. Girl with all the frills? Take a wild, wild guess. They even mentioned you're shaking. Your number's up, Zombie. Wait, I mean they're posting about us from yesterday? Oh. Dissolution Center streaming team, I'm guessing? Kinda clumsy, cute, and sweet. The Dissolution Center has their own YouTube analog channel, you know. And at the end of each case, they use the synopsis of the case as both a, you know, social media advertising, but additionally as a way to disarm the myth. Good for you. They said you're cute. Clumsy cute, that is. Is that actually a compliment? Hold on, thought that director dude was streaming solo. They have actual girls on staff? Real life? Were you ever in the Dissolution Center's videos? Ah, no way. Boss Man edits and uploads them so fast, I don't even notice till they're done. This rings a bell. I know there's like a channel that does like indie game demos and whatnot that has a logo like this. It's clearly not a reference. It's just interesting. Wonder if she'll be a regular. I want to see a stream of her left alone in some abandoned ruins. There's kind of the implication that he would like that to be in a different genre. You couldn't make me. Sounds like you're in demand. Alright, let's see here. Ludicrous rumors about the flats. Okay. About a setup at the flats. Nope. Okay, ludicrous rumors. Well, let's just try ludicrous rumors. We'll start there. Suzuki with the shades. They're not ludicrous rumors, they're facts. Only a handful of people can see through to the truth. It's... So, you know, the modern, you know, dark timeline that we live in has me sadly used to people using all caps for emphasis where they probably shouldn't, as far as location formality and speaker gravity. But I can't help but look at all caps, but with extra spacing between the letters, in the same way that people will like spell words so that the small child or pet doesn't hear them say the thing that will make them act up. You know, you don't say treat or else the dog will get hyper excited, kind of thing. The truth? Yeah. They're not only saying something weird, it's hard to even read. Can't really make fun of that. Maybe they actually have something there. You sweet summer child. You would know where this was originally posted? The original post? Why are you surprised without knowing what they're talking about? This. The GIRL, yeah? In Kineko's video is not just a ghost. Kineko hasn't realized, but the ritual was a success. He summoned her, Bloody Mary. And, you know, so this is somebody copy-pasting it. I thought so. It's not a ghost. The ritual called forth Mary. Enough with that already. Jasmine is a little more on edge about it because Azami said that it appeared behind her, and that's supposed to be one of the gimmicks of this myth, is it appears behind you and will scratch you on the back or something like that. And if that happens, it's kind of a doom clock sort of thing. Okay, boomer. It is... When that phrase was originally coined, like came into usage, there was some meaning to it, but it has drifted down the road of having kind of lost its original meaning and has now gained a broader use case that is applied in scenarios where the terms used are inaccurate. You know, there are... you will hear people saying "okay, boomer" to like Gen Z and actually meaning boomer as something other than the target of that particular generational title. Don't add to it, old man. In Japan, the same ceremony gets Hanako-san from the toilet. So stupid. There was it's at least a manga. I don't know if they ever did an anime of it, but there is it's like toilet-bound Hanako-san, or Hanako from the toilet is a spirit bound to like bathroom stall, like to a bathroom stall kind of scenario. Wait, there are others like Mary? You can call on all sorts of people using that ritual? Oh yeah, too many to count. I think it was called Candyman. There was a horror movie that had something like that. Same gimmick. A lot of times it's into a mirror, and often, like the classic is into a bathroom mirror is how the ritual is done. If you haven't tried it, you absolutely should. It's totally wild. What? Tried it? They tried to call upon Hanako? Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. Too late for me. I'd be arrested before I even make it to the elementary school restroom for the ritual. Wow, so Hanako can only be found in elementary school restrooms. Sounds like it. You get, just like they had, like, as part of this one, there's the idea of, like, spiritual hotspots, the haunted places in the area. You also have localized versions of urban myths, and the kind of classic story of it is that the local schools have their aggregated urban myths. About Satoru, you can call him from your phone. Persona 2. I can't remember. I think the one that was released in the US at least, PlayStation 2, I think. Might have been one, but jewel case CD game. The iteration of Persona 2, I think, was Eternal Punishment. But in that one, the urban myth was, I think they actually called it the Joker, like the Joker. It was the myth being if you dialed this particular number and when it picked up, you spoke a person's name, they would be cursed, and eventually they would be killed. Those kind of things, like, whenever you're going down this stairway at this time, you have to skip this, like the 13th step, or, you don't step on the last step or something bad will happen. Those kind of things. They become both, they kind of become that sort of local tradition. Satoru, never heard of that one before, and nor have I. So we have the sequence of events. We have the opening plot line. We have the introduction of the character during his first stream, the appearance of the ghost that he didn't see. All right, let's see here. Satoru. Hey, dear friend, have you heard of Satoru? The deer puns. Satoru is great at answering seemingly impossible questions, but watch out. He's trickier than he seems. Let me tell you how to call him. First, you need a phone. You can't use your own phone. I recommend calling from a payphone. Call the number on your phone. When the call is connected, say, Satoru, please come here. Satoru, please come here. Satoru, please answer if you are there. 3. He will tell you where he is, then begin to draw closer. Eventually, you will find that he is right behind you. As soon as he is behind you, ask him whatever you want. If you don't ask any questions, he will kill you. Don't take a call with Satoru lightly. Hanako from the toilet. And this is, it's every rendition of this I've seen that isn't the manga anime one that I saw, like, the titles of recently, where they had a boys' school uniform. I don't know if they gender swapped them. Has been the kind of red skirt, white shirt, suspenders kind of look. Though it may just be that every instance I've seen is like that particular iteration of generic schoolgirl uniform. It's hard to say whether Hanako-san is an urban myth or a ghost story, but the whole act of calling Hanako-san certainly fits either category. Let's review the procedure for summoning her, shall we? But please don't go summoning her on a whim. To get started, make sure you're inside a school bathroom. Stand in front of the door of the third stall. Spin around 3 times in front of it. Knock on the door 3 times. Politely ask, Hanako-san, are you there? If you succeed, you'll hear her say yes. But remember, Hanako-san died a tortured soul, so don't go around summoning her as some kind of prank. What's that? You already did? What floor are you on? Forgot to tell you, Hanako-san only comes out on the 3rd floor bathrooms. So this is 3rd floor bathroom, 3rd stall. There is, I don't know if like the 3 is a significant number in the pattern, or 33 or something like that, but often there are markers like that. So it's spin 3 times, knock 3 times, 3rd floor, 3rd room. Myth of Bloody Mary. Ever tried standing in front of a mirror and summoning a ghost? Yeah, just the idea of summoning a ghost from a mirror. There are old traditions of, in the same vein that there were traditions of cameras stealing the soul, the idea that mirrors could. And then, of course, if they can steal a soul, they could house a soul. So you've got that. They're portals. They are the kind of a window to the other side. Believe that there is a, I don't know where it originates, but there is a kind of cryptid sort of thing. Your folklore beasties. That is the fetch, a creature in the mirror, a doppelganger in the mirror kind of thing. Remember, she doesn't always come when she's called, but don't take it lightly and call expecting her not to show up, because she might. Take no responsibility for any damages caused. This is one of the ones that, to my knowledge, it's always a killing ghost. It's, if it appears, you'll die. So it's one of those urban myths that's like, but why would you? Make sure you do this alone in the dark. I mean, total darkness, no moonlight, no nothing. In this same way, a lot of these require that you be alone, that it be incredibly dark, because that's going to increase the likelihood of kind of that self-hallucination, that the idea that you either are projecting things that you are afraid of seeing, or you're seeing like outlines or faint shapes as something else. The classic, waking up in the middle of the night and the shadows being unfamiliar and suddenly scary. Stand directly in front of the mirror so that you can see your reflection clearly. Peering in from the side won't work. Speak Bloody Mary's name 3 times, loud and clear. Only do this once. Who knows what might happen if you mess it up. Stand completely still, or it might not work. Don't change your posture, don't take off your jacket, don't move. Even the slightest difference could end in disaster. If she knows you're scared, she'll use it against you. Do not, under any circumstances, show any signs of fear. That's how you can talk to ghosts. She might rip off your face or something, but she definitely won't grant any of your wishes. Unless your wish is to meet a ghost, then go right ahead. Actually, you'll probably just get hurt too. I don't recommend it at all. Oh dear, I'm gonna go to the hospital now. Yeah, Bloody Mary is a hostile one, in the same general vein that Hanako-san is. It is meant to be, these are often associated with things like tests of bravery. I dare you to, we're going to sneak over to the school and, we're all going to do this thing that is super scary to do. Stigmatized property. I think there's this is a whole concept, the idea of stigmatized property, but additionally, I believe there's a game on Steam called this. Friend of a dear friend had come to me for help. They needed support after they moved into their new apartment and an incident occurred. They moved into a place referred to as a stigmatized property. By law, real estate agents must notify a potential tenant if the previous occupant died from illness or suicide in the room. But after just one new tenant moves in, the agents no longer need to disclose this fact to future tenants. I wasn't aware of that detail. So I had heard that you have to tell, like, that there are places where it is required for you to say if essentially a death occurred there. And generally, like, how I've heard it referred is that it's violent deaths. It's not just like illness or something. It's somebody, killed themselves or someone else. You have to be informed. But the idea that it had to be the last tenant adds an interesting wrinkle, because then you have that, like, the next person is warned, but the person after that gets to find out. So I asked my friend what kind of place they got. It seems that one of the previous occupants... posture... was a family. The parents abused their children and made noise at all hours, even getting into fights with the neighbors. After a while, it all stopped. Maybe the children grew up or the family moved away. The rent for that place was pretty cheap, so there was no problem finding a new tenant. But less than 3 months later, the tenant moved out. My dear friend's friend moved in at that time. This is a friend of a friend, the classic. My aunt's my third cousin's aunt's niece, twice removed, knows a guy that. Less than a day later, they contacted me to ask if we could video talk over the phone. We started chatting, but the sound quality was so bad I had to adjust my phone several times. Their voice began to sound more and more robotic. Their voice and lip movements fell out of sync and became increasingly erratic. When I asked if we could stop the call, they apologized. "No need to apologize, I'm not your dad," I joked. As if in answer, we heard a scream over the phone. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I won't do it again, please don't hurt me." Anyway, they're looking for a new place now. Okay, how about the Mechie Flats? Mechie Flats is 100% actually haunted. I think it was last year. It became infamous because a girl killed a guy, then stabbed herself in the throat and died too. Oof! Not only a way to go, but man, that's a that's ambition. That is a move that takes will. You gotta put effort into it. I mean, I guess you could do the old fall on your sword sort of thing, but still. The story of the woman stabbing a man to death is true. How did she end up in that situation? It's tough to imagine what could make someone go so far. Both died, so murder-suicide? It's not like those cases where both people choose to kill themselves together. It could be. No, that's suicide pact. Hey there, Key. Welcome. Gotta see if we can get the regular stream lengths this time. I was pretty busy earlier today and worn myself out, but managed to get things set up and then forget that I got things set up and scramble at the last minute. So we're streaming though. Almost forgot and didn't start on time. It's that conveniently I looked up and it's like, oh no, it's 4. Key, not formally, but probably. There are a lot of folks that I have associated with that things like that seem to be one of the calling cards of that that circle of people. Something like, if we can't be together in life, let's find each other in the next. In some cases, if one of them didn't want to die, that's murder-suicide. Again, they're generally different here. I definitely think there are. So you get the folks that are, you know, naturally or just enough of a, you know, stereotypical extrovert where it comes naturally to them to do this sort of thing. I joke with people that like public speaking, formal public speaking, I hate. And I have tried to do like scripted videos, and I have trouble doing it because if I'm working from a script in any way, even if I try to not read it, I can come off like robotic. But doing this is fine. Which is weird. And I'm also one of those folks that, you know, the social battery is topped up by periodically walking up and sharing a couple of sentences. Yeah, it's explaining to people things like that. The idea of, this is completely different. You might not think it's completely different, but this is completely different. That really happened. Wouldn't there be news articles about it? I haven't found any, so I think it's all made up. Judging by the neighbor's statement, it doesn't seem to be fake. Along with the state of the floor in Kiniko's room and what you saw with your glasses. Seriously? This is annoying. It's definitely the person who did it who's at fault, so what good does it do to withhold info? We even know what happened at Umeki Flats. Hello, Sky. Hello. There's still food in the dish, so that can't be the problem. It's, you can avoid the classic problem of cats asking for food when it seems like there's still food in the dish. It's just pushed to the edge. A lot of cats won't do that, won't eat that food or have trouble eating that food because you're using a dish that, for the most part, is made for dogs. Cats' whiskers are real sensitive. You have to view their whiskers as almost like fingers or otherwise like a sensory organ. So when their whiskers touch stuff, that is usually a sign to them that there is something really close, or an indication, can I fit through that space? It is like, you know, nerve feedback when their whiskers are touched. So if they're trying to eat and their whiskers keep getting touched, it can make them uncomfortable. So what they want is they want the food in a place that they can easily get it. So if you want to avoid that, you have shallow bowls. ideally elevated shallow bowls, but shallow bowls. No one's obligated to tell you anything. Found a picture of the article. Here it is. There's a photo of the girl. Doesn't it look like the ghost in the vid? Oh my god, scary. It doesn't look like the ghost at all. Not even a little bit. The ghost has much more of the... Again, the Japanese horror girl vibe to it. This kind of just looks like a, you know, a woman. Or at least long-haired person silhouette. So it was in the news. Proves it was a real incident. Girl in this photo, she kind of looks like the girl I saw behind you. Once again, no, she doesn't. Yeah, no, don't believe you. You're just imagining things. I reject your reality and substitute my own. What's the point of trying to censor names nowadays? The name Miwako is already out there. So you can write anything and have it be seen by anyone. That's terrifying. You never know who's watching and from where. Miwako Yatsuya. She's famous, at least where I live. People not heard of her? What? They know the ghost's name. That popped out of nowhere. So this is Yatsuya. Looks like more trash guys doing their thing. So this... In the last one, they had the reference to essentially lots of doxing. So as soon as a name comes up, they start posting more and more and more details of not only, you know, more about the name, but it also starts revealing personal details kind of stuff. She stabbed a guy. Must have been a crime of passion then. They sound really certain. What a detective. She stabbed a guy she thought she was dating. I feel bad for the guy. Killed by an ugly chick who made things up. I don't think we have a basis for that. A cruel thing to say. There are always people like that. The article said they were common law partners, so they must have been seriously seeing each other. To my understanding, it's... Again, it varies by jurisdiction and location, but in some places, common law can just be cohabitation for a protracted period. Common law partners means they weren't married on paper, but lived together like a married couple. That's it. I lived nearby. The motive for murder was infidelity. Guy was known for being trash. But she killed him so that he'd be all hers and belong to no one else. Oh, seriously? How would I know? Could have been a classic I'll take you down with me situation. Bit of a cliche. So this is posts about Kineko potentially staging these sightings. Talking about Kineko's previous setups, anyone remember the time with the hand? That was so suspicious. Huh? What video? I'm not gonna defend Kineko. People who like debunking stuff shouldn't be watching this kind of content. I trust Kineko, but the hand thing, even I don't think that was a ghost. There are people that believe him, too. I don't know why anyone would want to go that route. I mean, Kineko Tanahara's vids get attention for how he parties at these well-known spirit spots or abandoned shrines. He's got to have a curse or two by now. Guy doesn't get is less prone to like chin acne. Ember and Sherbet are the two that are most prone to it for me. But Sky's chin does get greasy, even if he doesn't get like the buildup that can lead to like acne. These, you know, cat blackheads, which and similar, which are gruesome to deal with. But he definitely will like you to intensely scratch his chin and make sure that it is well groomed. Like really, really get in there. He's putting his weight into it. Which means if I stop, he's going to climb up right onto my chest and demand hugs. Does he really do those sorts of things? I mean, it was obvious after yesterday. The abandoned hospital thing was terrifying. Those loud cracking sounds from the upper floor. An abandoned hospital? Why would he go somewhere like that? There aren't any doctors on duty anymore. It's not a proper hospital at all. Not going there for a checkup, you know. Good chance that was all a setup, right? It's hard to tell if the people watching are fans or haters. It doesn't matter. Are they watching and commenting? That's all you need. Even if not quite haters, a lot of people seem to dislike him. Like other streamers, Kineko streams alone. Kineko streams alone, so it's hard to imagine him setting up stuff up. He's getting hated on, but he also didn't notice the ghost was there. Kineko set up the ghost, and there's no way he wouldn't notice it. Like the incident itself isn't just a rumor. The murder-suicide in room 104. Yeah, there are even news articles on it. The ghost has a name, Miwako Yatsuya. Maybe I can find some hints by looking into this lady. A ghost by the name of Miwako Yatsuya. Can't underestimate the power of rumors. And there's yesterday's video. Apparently the ghost was visible. Even if many are saying Kineko set up the whole thing, not that I'd agree after seeing it for myself. Not that I'd agree that it was a setup. The stream ended before he even noticed it after all. I keep thinking about that incident, the one that happened in that apartment. Drama at home and murder-suicide, huh? Yes, hello. Yeah. Did I stop? Yeah. See what the kitties are while I deal with him. Yeah. So he'll climb up my chest and he wants a hug for a moment, and then he's going to slowly roll to the right until his back is braced against the crook of my elbow. So I'm kind of holding him like a baby. Then, scratch right around where the ruff of fur meets the sternum here. Stretching his paws up. Let's see here. We have, okay, Brothers and Sammy still on the bed. Ember is over on the shelf. Molly's still in the cat bed. Yeah. How you doing, buddy? It's very particular. It's like right under the collarbone. where the kind of the arms meet the ribs. Just so. He gets that, like, starts to close his eyes and flex his paws. It's a spot that's a little harder to fully groom. Sky's a domestic long hair, so kind of big, big and fluffy. My arms getting tired from this, bud. But Sky is among them that it's like he's really touchy about his whiskers, and he's got long curvy whiskers. He doesn't mind as much if he is pressing his cheek to you, like when he's laying down, but he really doesn't want you to touch them. Means Kineko may have summoned some seriously vengeful ghost. Female ghosts are the scariest. You know, come to think about it, let's put the game back on. It's actually relatively common. You do see a lot of central female ghosts, and I that could be heavily related to like what media has hit international. But as far as like anime-ish content like this, at least clearly Japanese-inspired content like this, you do get a lot of the vengeful woman ghost kind of stuff. Might want to talk to a few more people from the neighborhood. Yeah. There's a park just there. Right in front of Kineko's apartment. Someone might have info. Oh, nice. It's much more panicked look than one would assume for that statement. Miss a lot of stuff when I'm just staring at my phone. Now let's check out the park as well for today's investigation. Here's to another day of the ghost hunting gig. Though it might just be a setup by Kineko. From what we saw yesterday, I'd say it's less likely. Just an idea here. If we could prove that he ain't setting things up, would add cred to the ghost being a thing. And if he is setting stuff up, means the ghost doesn't exist. See, good point. I'll look into Miwako Yatsuya, the woman said to have died in room 104, and Kineko's setup or not angle. Observe. Camera, lights, streaming equipment. So you have a classic digital camera with like the little flip out display. You have a ring light on it, on a tripod. Fully adjustable tripod. That used to be how I had some of the cameras set up in here. The cameras I'm using don't have the either of the standard size threads for a tripod mount like that. Can't remember what size they're referred to as, but they're like kind of like centimeter and half centimeter width screws on them. Streaming seems to be quite a lot of work for how much he's spending on all this. This is a setup. The equipment might be key. maybe the video was edited in a special way. Nah. That was a live stream and still available in archived form. Kineko-san might have been up to something, of course. Maybe I might see something through the glasses. Hey, did you check the socials? Thought I missed her on yesterday's stream, but she did, kind of a though I missed her, but she did appear. No, okay, no. Thought I missed her on yesterday's stream, but she did appear. Hate myself. I hate myself for not realizing. Yeah, well, it looks like it. I'm hoping to ask you a bit more about the previous incident. Sure. As long as you'll be proving that ghosts are real as requested. After the stream, was there anything unusual after yesterday's stream? In fact, take a look at this. Is this a scratch mark? It was there when I woke up this morning. Must be Bloody Mary's doing. Now, he was listening. He overheard when the center director mentioned the idea of the scratches from Bloody Mary. This is kind of what I mentioned about the first case, is that they do a good job of seeding information that implies, yes, this could be real, this could be staged by this person, or this person could be the one that's trouble. And then also, like, but why? Like, why might this person be doing this? Is this the reason this person is doing this? They do a good job with that. And Jasmine is in danger too. Huh? Why? Well, we might have seen her on the way out last night. Why? You saw her? Why you? Not fair. I mean, I appreciate the guy's enthusiasm for his craft, you know? This is both the kind of the topic that he enthusiastically works in, but additionally is aware anything even moving in the direction of a actual ghost sighting would kind of catapult him to the forefront of that topic. About future streams. What are your plans for the next stream? Doing the same kind of seance might look repetitive. The viewers want something new, I think. Are you done? Okay. Oh. I've mentioned before, but my mouse pad and the thing under the keyboard is an anti-static mat for like working with electronics. It's not perfect for this purpose, because it's the things that it's grounding are not. There's another path that it could take, and the ground isn't like fully set up right. It is still grounded to an outlet, but there's other paths that it can take. But what I found is that if Molly or Sky pass over the mouse, there is a chance that the discharge will cause the USB keyboard and mouse to reset. So what I end up having to do is, if I see one of them trying to make that cross, I put my hand on the ground and like them as well, so that it kind of flows directly through me and out, as opposed to into the hardware. Please ask us beforehand if you're going to involve us. You're being accused of setups. Some comments accuse you of setting things up. No, not this time, no. I filmed a ghost without even noticing. How could that be a setup? Yes, you're right. So, not this time. As well as the denial of, well, how could that I even do that? Well, because not noticing lends credence to it. So, you just could pretend that you didn't notice. You could not react to it. Quit peeking behind me like that. Oh, no ghosts. Jasmine, did yesterday's ghost scare even you? More creepy than scary. You said it was standing behind me. Sure you weren't just imagining it? I wish. Gotta get to the bottom of this. Understood. I can't help thinking about the ghost we saw yesterday. Still, I thought, just maybe, you might be the target, Jasmine, not Kinako-san? Hey, cut it out. Anyhow, you're the one who saw it, Zami. Who knows? You could be the target. No, why me? So we're at the window that it would have been looking through based on its position. There's a creepy aura right here. Spot showed up in yesterday's video. After checking, I don't see any signs of setups. My. Back again to talk about that room, are we? So, she's got a creepy vibe, but it seems that the two things that we know is she's very interested in that room. It was at least implied that she was interested in moving into that room, but for some reason couldn't. And she seems to be really into the rumors, especially about that place, but it's kind of implied that she's kind of a gossip monger, you know? Yes? Could you tell me a bit more about the incident? You're also pretty interested in this case, I see. Yes, why not? Did you tell me about the previous residents? A woman in her 40s lived in room 104. A man was hanging around there too. I often saw him during the day, so he probably wasn't working too much. Yeah, this is that... This is a gossip. This is the, I have the details kind of thing going on here. Gambling, booze, the usual. Looked like a delinquent. Did you tell me about Yatsuya Miwako, the woman who used to live in room 104? Miwako? Yatsuya? You mean the woman in room 104? Was that her name? Not that I care about names. Had long hair and always wore a dress. I don't know how she could stand that man until one day... Murder. Suicide. Murder? Suicide? So the rumors were true. Stabbed the man, then slit her own throat with the same cooking knife. Blood all over her dress. Terrible story. There's a park just across the road. A few people here and there. It's a park, but I don't see any kids. Let's have a look once we're done checking this place. Scanning mode. Okay, that's from yesterday. This is Jasmine from yesterday. Behind her, definitely someone there. Shadow looks like the one we saw outside the entrance. Long hair, dress. Definitely someone there. Not doing anything in particular. If this is actually part of a setup, maybe this shadow isn't even a real ghost. His shadow is doing something in front of the mirror. Ah, must be Kineko from yesterday. Looks pretty frantic, to be honest. Look closer. He's really praying hard. Judging from his shadow alone, I don't think he's setting things up. Then maybe it's the shadow near the entrance that's a setup? He has to not be paying attention to the mirror, just like he had to not be paying attention to the window for it to not be a setup. Let's think things through. While we were filming, no one noticed any ghosts, but I saw a ghost behind Jasmine later on. The viewers were watching the stream and saw the ghost. Yep, what a mind bender. Another cry of distress. Let me assist you. Miss Azami, you confirmed through clairvoyance that Kineko-san wasn't up to anything. You also checked that there weren't any tricks around where the ghost appeared. Exactly, no sign of any setups by Kineko. Indeed, unfeasible that Kineko himself set up or initiated anything. If there still happens to be room for setups, what are the possibilities? Maybe something was something, okay? Maybe an accomplice was standing outside the entrance and disguised as a ghost. Maybe his accomplice was standing outside the entrance and disguised as a ghost. Yeah, that's still a possibility. Kineko might be working with someone, and they may have showed up disguised. Kind of more likely, but how could we confirm one way or the other? Maybe if he could show me his phone or something. Questions? Can we see your smartphone? Could you perhaps lend me your phone? I forgot to bring mine, and I need to call the center, like, right now. Subtle. I guess. But just this once. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for your phone. Yeah? I'm looking into whether you've secretly been setting things up. What? I took the liberty of checking your inbox and call history. She acts quick. Come on, at least tell me. But you might hide those if I did tell you so. So, how was it? Found anything? I found messages with your staff. But also that you'd had a falling out more than 6 months ago. And minimal signs of communication with anyone recently. I have friends, you know, just haven't caught up for a while. I like how he's seeing the implication that she hasn't, that she isn't. That, like, oh yeah, nobody's talking to you anymore, so you're probably not colluding with them. Anyway, no indication of secret collaborators. It's one less reason to doubt you, Kineko-san. Jasmine, I think we've gathered enough at the apartment itself. I think we should head over to the park. Hello? Jasmine, where are you? Huh? Is it the director again? Still my favorite animation. How when the phone vibrates, when her smartphone vibrates, it's as if she does too. Like, the very act of the phone's, ringtone kind of signal here passes through her whole body up to her eyes. Actually, no, from Jasmine. Hello, Jasmine? Where are you? In the car now. You know the park across from the apartment? Keeper dude there told me off for parking roadside. Bit of a walk, but there's paid parking somewhere. I'll park and meet you after. Such a waste of time. Understood. I'll go check the park. See you later. Good? Good. Over to the park we go. Pretty empty park, but there are a few people. Right in front of the apartments, too. Chances are we'll meet someone who knows about the Miwako Yatsuya incident. Let's ask around. Doo-doo. Excuse me, are you the park keeper? Sure, I kind of work on that, yeah. Our van was parked in front of the apartment. We've moved it to a parking lot, to the parking lot you told us about. Ah, you're with that hairbun girl. That road is pretty narrow, so having a big van there can be dangerous for the kids. I know it's a bother. Thanks for moving. At least he's nice about it. And there's a concrete reason, you know? Well, a strong reason. I also see places where they have, like, road parking on one side of the street, but even with just one side of the street, that leaves only, like, 1.5 lanes for a relatively traveled road, for a reasonably well-populated road. About the apartment. I'm investigating various things related to the apartment just over there. What? Are you moving in? No, not moving in or anything, but that apartment is quite old, right? Oh, yeah? Umeki Flats? Oh, yeah, Umeki Flats? Or was it Flats Umeki? That apartment's got to be about 50 or 60 years old. Oldest one around here. Seems they've repainted the walls and such, though. There's a rather similar apartment in the Honcho area, but this one's older. Wow, so it's that old? About the incident. Is it true that there was an incident a while back in the apartment over there? Yeah, it was last spring or summer, I remember. It was something else, a terrible incident. I heard the apartment was a sea of blood. Wouldn't have thought the guy would meet such a fate. Did you know the man who was murdered? Knew he was a problem case, that I did. In people discussing some of these things, or some like dialogue and subtitle choices and dubbing choices, that I did. Like that phrase there is sometimes used with characters when they are trying to imply that they have a old-timey way of speaking. It's like if they use a Southern American accent, kind of the Texan accent, for characters in a Japanese setting. They're often trying to create a parallel between the area that they're at and that this person is, they're often trying to say that the person is kind of a country person. Sometimes even to the extent of making them be kind of a bumpkin. But in this case, it's that I did kind of thing is sometimes used to say they speak in an older style. Came to this park with a blonde hostess-like woman. Did things in wide daylight in plain sight. No, we're trying to get a little further. Stopped early last time, Tass. Almost didn't have the stream today, both because I exhausted myself early and then I lost track of time and had to scramble to get it started. I've obtained 2 new minor flesh wounds. Came to this park with a blonde hostess-like woman. Did things in wide daylight in plain sight. Told him off once because he wouldn't quit bragging about his dear little Mari. Mary? I heard he was cheating. What? From who? It's Une-san in the apartment just over there. Knows quite a lot. I mean, the last part in general, I think, sadly, the last part I think is becoming generally the norm for humans. But more so for streamers and at least for VTubers, yeah, having the whole situation be on fire as you're starting seems to be normal. I think from a practical perspective, especially with a lot of like basic streaming setups, like how people have the software laid out, the extra burden of things like VTube Studio, especially with the heavier models, like the fancier the model, the bigger a load it is. Like there are complex models that your VTube Studio is akin to running a light to medium weight game by itself. It chews memory and resources because there's just so much going on when you move around. Talkative lady, you know her? Une-san? Oh, the neighbor lady. Yeah, I've met her. It's okay to ask. What did you hear from the neighbor lady? That lady talks on and on. I heard quite a lot. I think she heard a loud argument from room 104 the day before it happened. Said she heard a woman saying, who is this Mary? Or something. Might be Mari, but... Mary? The woman he was cheating with? Was her name Mary? No. She sure had colorful hair, but wasn't from overseas. And that incident happened the next day, so the neighbor lady was all worked up. I knew he was cheating with that Mari woman. Got stabbed for it. Right, her name was Mari, not Mary. And on and on. I think we talked for hours. I can imagine. Thank you for letting me know. The woman he cheated with, Mari. Would anyone else know something about her? Okay, so we have another person. Oh, we're a little past the first hour marker. Gonna take a quick break. Get up and move around. Be right back. And we're back. Hello, may I ask, may I talk with you for a bit? Of course. Nice weather today. You live around here? I'm Azami Fukurai. I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind. And again, some of the dialogue does feel like there is there's some. The sentences are structured properly. They make sense. There's no, I'm not seeing the normal, that's not how you say those things kind of issues. But it's when you put the two sentences back to back in a call and response kind of way, it doesn't work well. Like, hey, do you mind if I ask you some questions? Hello, my name is Hinata. Okay, so what they had is, I'm this person, this is my name, and I'd like to ask you some questions if that's all right. Hello, this is my name. Then responding. There's a... How would I put it? We used to joke that Earth Defense Force, that the dialogue felt like they would bring somebody in and say, okay, your character is a foot soldier. Here are all of the lines of dialogue for the foot soldier. You have no context. Go. This kind of has the text vibe of that, where all of the sentences are there, but as if they were written somewhat independent of each other. So they don't, they feel conversationally awkward. I might not be of much help. I don't go out that often. So we have... Her dress could work for the figure, and she has just draped a heavier coat over the dress. I see. Do you know anything about the rumors in this neighborhood? Rumors? What kind? Do you know the apartment just across from this park? Ah, might you be asking about the rumored ghost? You've heard of it? Oh, but maybe I shouldn't talk about these things. It's best to keep your distance from that place. I'm doing an investigation about the ghost in question. Please tell me more. Are you? I suppose I could then. On my way home a few nights ago, it was raining. When I passed by that apartment, I happened to see it. Really? Were they long-haired and wearing a dress? Heard of her? I saw her with my own 2 eyes, a woman with long hair and a dress. She glared at me and said, "Stay away." What? She said that to you? When you saw that woman, did you hear any loud voices from nearby? The kind you might hear when someone's live streaming? A stream? I couldn't say. I didn't hear any loud voices of note or anything that evening. And it's even less likely that Kinako-san set anything up. Well, I would actually say the opposite, is if that was set up properly, then it wouldn't have been apparent from outside. I think it's more if legitimately, like if the story she is telling is true as is, it makes it less likely because the ghost interacted with her as opposed to focusing on the stream. Oh, right. I took a photo. Would you like to see? Hey, that does scan with the events. Oh, you took a photo of the ghost? I've only heard this through rumors myself, so it may not be true, but they say the ghost is a girl called Miwako Yatsuya. That could mean the photo here is, just as we've heard in the rumors, this ghost is Miwako Yatsuya. Well, that is asserted. But if we're saying not a ghost, then what we could have is that we know Miwako killed her kind of live-in boyfriend at the time and herself. But the apparent murder was about an alleged affair with a Mari. And we don't have any information about the fate of Mari in this equation yet either. So what we could be seeing is Mari returning to the site. Do you know about a man accompanied by a flashy-looking woman? I heard they used to visit this park. A man with a flashy-looking woman? Oh, yeah, forgot to mention. He called that woman Mari, from what I heard. A mirror and a woman's name. A mirror and a woman's name. Are you all right? Oh, my apologies. I felt as if I heard that somewhere. Really? Right before the murder-suicide incident, a man was heard screaming. He was screaming, "Mary, Mary, Mary." Is that true? Yeah. So they have set this lady up here as this is a possible accomplice. Her behavior really does have everything I'm saying is a real convenient boost towards the legitimacy of what Hinako is doing. Observe the empty bench. This bench is so old, the paint's all peeled. Just a typical bench you'd find in a park. A shrubbery. With another one behind it in a different position so that it creates a nice stair-step effect. What are these bushes called? Azaleas? So nice when you have so many flowers around. This guy, I think, we'll see what his sprite is. This looks like the world sprite of a guy that we saw when we first drove away from the center for the first case. Oh, that's the dude. This person feels out of place here. Since we only have blue monochrome, I feel like it is viable, you know, gloves of blue 2x2. Excuse me? Target approaching. Oh, how clandestine. Hello? Could I ask you a few things? It is I who wishes to speak to you. What is your intent? What? Kindly tell me why you suddenly appeared before me. Why, I'm asking around as part of an investigation. I thought perhaps you were onto something. I'm asking everyone about the ghost in that apartment. I'm utterly uninvolved in that matter. More importantly, could you kindly do me a favor? I'm actually busy with work, and I doubt I'd be of much use anyway. Not just for me, there's another one who wants to know, too. Who exactly would that be? Kindly find me something. I'm looking for a book written by someone who's very much loved and cornered. Could you find his book for me, please? This person listens to me even less than that neighbor lady. I'm sorry, but like I said, I'm working now, and... You have it, don't you? An exquisitely wondrous power. Huh? You looked real weird there for a moment, guy. Oh, please, don't make that face. You don't need to be scared. Wait, does this person know about my clairvoyance? I only asked you to find a book for me. I mean you no harm. Kindly indulge me. I'm scared, but Jasmine isn't here. I can't run away without help. I mean, you absolutely can. I'll look for the book. Yes, thank you kindly. Oh, yeah. This guy's vibes only have a creepy dial. I'm absolutely positive it's somewhere in this park. I haven't been able to find him yet. But you should be able to. Show us your power. Yep, you're creepy. A tall shadow. Maybe a man? What's he doing? He's looking at the bushes. Is that it? Doesn't seem to be doing anything noteworthy. Man's shadow, apparently. I don't know, but looking at this shadow makes me uneasy. The shadow might be that scary-faced person back there. He's gazing at the bench? Something in his hand. He wanted me to find a book, so this might be it. They're looking at the bench with the book in hand. Maybe something with the bench? Guess I should recheck the bench. Do. Examine. Book. Book, are you there? Nope. There's something stuck to the back of the bench. Is this the book I saw through clairvoyance? Occult Great Reset. There is a conspiracy website that includes references to the sort of tarot cards that she has found 2 of. The cards seem more significant than just like a calling card kind of thing. It's almost implied that they are there are more powerful symbols than that, and they're not a infinite like mass production kind of resource. And the groups, the main group on the site that mentions them refers to an occult great reset. Have I seen this book somewhere? Author's name is Tsutomu Kisaragi. Didn't the center director mention this name too at some point? Is your book, creeper? Initiating contact. I kind of so the guy's creepy, but I do get wannabe secret agent vibes from him. And whenever he says something like that, I feel like he should be like either leaning his mouth down to his collar like this, or that he would be pulling his collar up to his mouth and talking into the definitely visible microphone wire there, you know? Found your book. Occult Great Reset by someone called Tsutomu Kisaragi. Did she trace my movements? Wrong book? Tentatively assessing is authentic. Authentic? I've taken an interest in you. Deploy mace now. We will meet again. All the mace. Miss Azami Fukurai. How did he know my name? Does he see things as well? Is it Jasmine? No, it's the director. Greetings. Hello, director. Did something happen? If anything happened, it would be to you. Do you mean... My vision shows me everything. So you were watching that. Who is that person? He was rather verbose for a cryptid. Ooh. His attire was reminiscent of the Men in Black. Ah, okay. Do you mean he was an anomaly? He did have a strange shadow on him. Is there anything I should do? Good question. I'll look into him on my end. Please be careful. That anomaly has an obvious interest in you. It may reappear. Oh no. We don't know what he might bring upon you, not yet. Having said that, he is unrelated to the mirror or the woman, and thus unrelated to this case itself. Please stay focused on your ongoing investigation. I will. Okay, what do we got here? Might not be related to the case, but... should make a note about the park keeper. He seemed to know a lot about the past. Did he mention about the flats? Right, sounded like the guy, like a guy with problems. He cheated with the hostess called Mari. Something. Who would cheat in the park right in front of your house, though? Rumored ghost, apparently locally famous. Notes on Hinata. Did she say she saw at Umeki Flats? Warren's ghost. It seems she saw the same ghost that I saw. It's great and not so great. Not be related to the case, but I should note down about the dark-suited person. He actually knew my secret. What was it? Strange power. Yes, they knew indeed. But why? How in the world did they know? I should probably tell the park keeper I met someone creepy. Still need something? Creepy man in black. Excuse me, I saw a creepy man wearing black. Creepy man, you say? I haven't seen him. I'd check on him immediately if I did. But he was real. Keep my cool. Won't see me drool. What? Wait. Since when was I napping? I end up napping wherever I go. Bad habit. Park's all dark now. No one around. I'd actually be kind of surprised in this case. The park keeper really seems like the sort that would wake her up if she was, sleeping by the time he left. So late. Call from Jasmine. Oh, Jasmine, is something up? Damn that old guy, not a parking lot in sight. Oh no, you've been looking all this time? Been a while, I guess. How you doing? Well, I asked around quite a lot. I'm a bit overwhelmed by all that's happened. Huh? What do you mean? It's kind of hard to explain. Could I tell you when we meet? I guess so. On my way there, I'll pick you up. Okay, I'll just wait in the park. Okay, so she should have a sighting here. If I recall, the second night with the last case, she had her close encounter. So I wonder if we're going to get a parallel here. Now that could be the Man in Black that already happened, but the idea of her encountering the ghost here would also be in line with that. The woman ghost, Miwako Yatsuya. How are we even supposed to solve this? Maybe by meeting the ghost face to face? No, way too scared. No way. Yup. Oh, man. Let's have her nails done. Especially that lower one. Oof, look at this one. That is either a split up the side, so exposed nail bed there, or it is peeled up. Neither of those are good. What in the world was that? Heard a scream from around here. Kinako-san, are you okay? I just happened to hear you and came looking. Okay, so this is another moment of make him look suspicious. He's approaching from the right. The implication that we get from the layout is that the apartment is on the left. Now, I believe he said that he couldn't do another stream of the same nature, so he could have changed sites here. But him approaching from the right is suspect. Ow, my leg. And Bloody Mary? Which way did she go? That way? Oh, yes, probably. Stay put, don't move. Hinako, did you see the ghost? No, I didn't see it. Damn you, Bloody Mary. Nobody mentioned Bloody Mary. Ow. Huh? Wait. Scratch mark on my leg? Okay. Yep. We've added another layer of sus on Kinako there. There is still... We have... Is it actually the ghost of Miwako? Is it somebody else? What actually happened in that killing? Is Kinako trying to fake something here? Is what he's faking the entirety of what we're encountering? They've got some good questions here. We do have the potentially obvious path of he is faking it, he has an accomplice. I think we also have, it's not a fake, but it is somebody else. It is a person that is coming there and is being a nuisance in various ways. It could be a person that's coming there and trying to drive people away. If Hinata is to be believed, whoever is doing this said, stay away. So maybe they're trying to drive them off. Maybe there are other things going on here. Oh dear. I was so scared last night, I thought my heart would stop. Kinako-san rushed to the rescue and saved my life. Kinako? Really? My ankle still hurts a bit, but still. Hey, about that ankle. Isn't that a scratch? Hi, would you call it one? Maybe I fell and scraped myself. No? That's bad. You think so? That bad? Hey, almost at Kinako's apartment. I'll park around back so the guardian Gramps won't come for us. Please, this is serious. Jasmine. No way, that's a regular scratch. Scratched by Bloody Mary, right? Jasmine, am I going to die? Any change in how you feel so far? So far, so good, I think. That was careless, too. Figured Bloody Mary would go after Kiniko. If that scratch is really a curse from Bloody Mary, gotta do something. Yeah, you're right. Curious why Mary suddenly popped up in the park. Was around Kiniko's door till now. Might be related to Mary's motives, and how to undo the curse. I'll try asking those I know, too. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you for yesterday. How have you been doing? Feeling well? Well... Thank you for helping me last night. If you hadn't been there... It's nothing. I did involve you, even if it was for the channel. Didn't do much, of course. Anyway, are you okay? Were you hurt? Well, I have a scratch on my ankle. Oh no! Isn't that scratch from Bloody Mary? You think so too? So the ghost we summoned wasn't a random spirit, it was Bloody Mary herself. Mind if I film your scratch a bit? You'll look into it for us? Yes, please. About yesterday's ghost. I know, I keep thinking about the same. You're wondering why it appeared in the park, not near this room's doorway. That's right. Thinking, yes. Maybe Bloody Mary had a change of heart. What do you mean? This kind of spiritual entity is said to act in a way that tells people it's here. And this Bloody Mary is starting to move away from this room. What could this mean? Kiniko, what should I do? I don't have a read on this one. Let me think it over. Observe. Looks like a computer for streaming and editing. Kiniko-san's workstation. It's amazing how he gathers all those fans with just one computer. Oh, the power is on. Maybe it's rendering a video. Filmed in a forest? Editing videos must be hard work. Wow, you can check the rendering video and fast forward. He's through the forest. Looks like the park access road. Huh? Was that me at the end? Ah, looks like the rendering's finished. Okay. So what this is doing is giving us an alibi for Kiniko. Now, what he was doing out there, we don't know, but it tells us why he was there. He was filming out in the woods. Thought it was Kiniko. Newspaper article. How are you feeling? I'm okay, at least so far. What do you think? Any advice for me? As I said, I keep thinking about you getting jumped in the park last night. The ghost, who could be Miwako Yatsuya, seen near the apartment entrance, but now suddenly shows up in the park? Good point there. Maybe there was a reason it needed to be in the park. I want to check on that, along with the scratches. Ah, okay, so here's the other side of it, is he was in the park because he was filming there, but it also could be his accomplice was in the park waiting for him to pass by an area, but saw an opportunity. Or that they knew she was there and did the filming there so that not only could he catch the, the girl that the fans are interested in the stream, but additionally that he could have it be another ghost site. Understood. How should we go about the investigation? So far, Jasmine is filling the role of characters like Maya and the other sidekicks. that are generally present in the Phoenix Wright investigation sequences, and that they include times when you can talk to them to say, hey, what should I be doing right now? For clues leading to Miwako Yatsuya, first check that park from yesterday. Also, digging a bit deeper into this room, and also the dead ex-resident. Might tell you why the ghost is appearing, or something. Understood. Jasmine? We also have the possibility that it is not Kineko at all and unrelated to him. We have somebody that, or unrelated to his efforts so much as we have somebody that is actively trying to fake the haunting. So they find out there's a streamer renting the place. They go and they try to get themselves on camera as the ghost, which will get more conversation and more like, you know, people coming to talk about it. So, you know, maybe Gossip Lady. Asman, Kineko-san said, he says Bloody Mary may have had a change of heart. Change of heart? In what sense? I mean, it's just felt like showing up at the apartment first and the park next. Seems like spiritual entities want to be noticed. So they turn up at the park. It's kind of ridiculous. I don't get Bloody Mary's actions. What is she trying to do? So spirits want to be seen, huh? I mean, they're looking for people to possess or something? Really? Don't ask me. If so, that change of heart might be about switching targets. You're right. So Bloody Mary might be looking for someone else to haunt. She is one of the first sprites, like dialogue sprite and her corresponding world sprite don't match properly. She is, in the world sprite, she's holding her phone in her right hand. In her dialogue sprite, she's holding it in her left. So to match up, her phone would be in this hand. Hello? My. This apartment has grown on you, hasn't it? About the murder-suicide in room 104, is there anything you haven't told us yet? We're in a bit of a hurry. Any information would help. I think I've told you most of it. Oh yes, did I mention what happened after the incident? I don't think you did. There was a lot going on after the incident too, you know? The bodies. The woman had next of kin come fetch her, but the man didn't have anyone. The owner was running around trying to find someone to take care of it. It seemed he was cremated incognito in the end. Okay, so this is the guy's body was destroyed. I heard from the park keeper. The murdered man was often seen in the park alongside a woman he cheated with. Ah, yes, the blonde named Mari. I remember because I heard the woman shouting her name the day before the murder. Like, who is this Mari? Kind of thing. The woman from room 104 would never forgive that Mari girl. Yeah. But even less the cheating man. That's why she's still obsessed with room 104. Ah! Miwako Yatsuya, the ghost of room 104. Why is she appearing at this apartment right now? Miwako Yatsuya, you said. Are you sure that's the right name? I believe so, yes. If you say so, I guess. So you want to know why the ghost appears? Woman's obsessed, of course. She would never forgive him. She can't forgive him. But the current resident has nothing to do with that. Who knows? Mushroom Head might go mush soon enough. The woman from room 104 probably thinks her cheating boyfriend is still living there. Is that even... That's why she keeps showing up. There it is again. A shadow just standing here without a single movement. Can't be normal. Spiritual entities want people to notice them. Even if that's true, people who can sense ghosts aren't easy to find. The shadow is at the computer. Kineko, I guess? Am I seeing a trace of him when he was editing the video? I believe Kineko was filming too, back when something grabbed my leg in the park. Wonder if the video might have caught something noteworthy. That is another. It's possible that when she was walking back there that she essentially set off a trap. That the accomplice was supposed to grab Kineko by the leg. But she passed by first and they were just reacting to, you know, somebody is coming. Let's think about why the ghost changed its behavior. The ghost was summoned to Kineko-san's room, but also appeared in the park and scratched my leg. Kineko thinks the ghost has had a change of heart. So confused. One thing Kineko-san mentioned was that spiritual entities try to compel people to acknowledge their existence. That's right, which would mean that Bloody Mary is trying to tell someone that she exists. Oh, wait. Maybe... I became the ghost target because she's clairvoyant. Maybe I myself became the ghost target because I have the clairvoyance power. That's where we are, right? I've been scratched, too. What should I do? I wonder if Kineko-san could help me. Bloody Mary might be feeling anger. Is there a chance that Bloody Mary is trying to possess me? Exactly, I've been thinking about this, and it could only be you. What should I do? Kineko-san, do you know any rituals that aren't for summoning? Any that defeat or chase away ghosts? I do think there was such a ritual. Oh, really? Let's see about the video. I didn't know video editing was this hard. Splicing various scenes, checking and rendering. Oh, well, yes, content creation is not a piece of cake. The screen said the rendering was done earlier. Huh? Did you see it? Did you perhaps... The video showed someone walking around a forest. I was in the frame at the end. Could you make sure to cut that part out? Oh, oh, really? You were in frame? Silly me. Yeah. I'll take care of that. Like, he got good feedback on her presence. So if she was suddenly targeted by Bloody Mary, it changes from a, hey, there's this creepy thing that's showing up when it's just me, to, Hey, this girl that you guys were all interested in, look, she's in creepy circumstances, like one of you explicitly said you were interested in seeing. Is there anything you'll be needing for that ritual? Huh? I'd like to help as much as I can. I see. Then I'll do the ritual here tonight. So you could find. So could you find and bring a spiritual medium for the exorcism? Spiritual medium? What is that? Something that has strong ties to the ghost, needed for the exorcism. As long as you can find one, I'll be able to purge Bloody Mary with the ritual. Understood. I'll search around. Whoops. Skip. First off, can I ask you about this room? This room? Why? The ghost originally appeared in this room. I was thinking maybe they'd left something here. Or have something memorable here, perhaps? I'd have jumped on anything like that for my videos, you know. Oh, yeah, of course. By the way, when you decided to move here, did you visit the place beforehand? Oh, right. Ah, what is it? I did come visit. There was a cardboard box in the far back of one of the closets. I knew the place had a history and there was a box there, so I really wanted to see what's inside. Tufts of hair, blood-soaked dolls. In the box? No, I never got to see them. Oh, not even a peek. It was tightly wrapped with plastic tape and impossible to open. The real estate agent quickly took it away. I'm pretty sure there was something wild in there. Really need to see that box. Could you find it? But how could I possibly? Sure, it's all been thrown out by now. The only possibility I can think of is the resident gossip lover. I really get the impression, like, I don't know how this actually works over there, but every time I see something like it's a real estate agent in like anime or something, they're almost presented more as like placement agents. Like they are actively trying to get you into a apartment or find one that will work. So it has that feel of it's my that paired with the notifications has this feel of it's my obligation to get you into a place as opposed to the vibe of I'm trying to sell you a house kind of thing, you know? Ultimately, they would look similar, but it changes the impression of these things. Like, I'm obligated to tell you about this place. Oh, I'll deal with their personal effects kind of stuff, you know? Just, you know, you got a place? Good, great, there you go. I bet you have more questions for me, right? Excuse me, I have some questions. About the belongings left in Kinako-san's place? Huh? Belongings? I heard some sensitive items were left in room 104. In room 104? Densely wrapped with plastic tape? Oh, the owner handed it all over to the police. Oh, yes, of course they did. Yes, you usually wouldn't lay hands on things from the murder scene. Usually. Yeah, of course not. Usually... Wait, did you... Wanna peek? Can I please take a look at it? Of course. When the personal belongings came back from the police, I figured that the owner would just throw them away, so I took them instead. I pretended to be a relative, and it was easy enough. Simple, simple. She does whatever she wants. like, the doubt cast on her and what they're doing right now is she is definitely presented as the sort of person that would be peeking in through your window to see what you're up to. Now, what's that kid that's in the interesting room doing? You're nice, so I could maybe give it to you. Not much of a present, of course. Just a moment. It's scary to think what might be in those things, but I need them to save my own life. It's in this box. Want to know what's inside? Here goes. The knife. Oh, dang. Okay, that's not like there were personal effects left or something like that. This is supposedly the murder weapon. Is this a kitchen knife? It's the knife, of course. Like, oh yeah, this is the knife that was used to, you know, kill some folks. Don't worry, we had it cleaned and returned to you for future use. The knife, as in the one that Miwako Yatsuya stabbed the man with? Why would she want to secretly keep this? I should ask Kinako-san whether this is what this was the box left in the room. Hinako, we found the box. That's the one. The tape is gone, but I'm sure. About the contents. Any hair, or nails, or notebooks full of hateful words? Kitchen knife that the police had taken as evidence. Wait, you mean that's from the previous resident stabbing a man to death, then stabbing her themselves in suicide? A knife cursed with that resident's hatred? Sick. Said with the same energy as if it had been preceded by bro. Mind if I snap a few pics of this? Why? If you'll be using it to lift the curse, sure. Want a photo? This is a relic from a murder-suicide, right? Also, the knife has drawn the blood of those two former residents. This will blow up instantly. Cursed to the max, this beauty is. I'll pretend I didn't hear that. Hey, bud. Hello, Sky. Yeah, hello. But you can lift the curse with this, correct? Of course. Anyway, borrowing the knife for now. Okay, I need to find clues at the park as well. Might be something about around where my leg was grabbed. So, Jasmine? Huh? Where are you? Let me guess. That old guy. Did he come check behind the apartment? Says the kids walk this road to reach the park, so they need the view clear. Hello again, Sky. Yeah. You're very cuddly today, you are. Yes, you are. I'll go find parking somewhere. You check the park. I'll be right there if anything happens, so be ready to call me, Stat. I hate this. Understood. Peaceful as could be. The ghost did show up here yesterday and scratched my leg. Scared about what might happen, but I have to do what we can. Oh, why is this happening? We're moving the car right now. I'm sorry for all the trouble. It's okay. I know it's a bother, but still. Actually, a woman's ghost grabbed my leg here last night. Would you have happened to see anything? A woman's ghost, you said? I think you have the wrong idea. No one really visits this park at night. It's not safe for a young girl like you to be here alone. Oh, but... how should I put this? There's a hospital behind this park. Some patients slip out at night and come here. They're here to smoke and drink and whatnot. Anyway, what you saw wasn't a ghost. Is that clear? Okay. Why is he upset all of a sudden? Observe the bench. Bench looks the same as yesterday. Maybe there's something stuck to the back again? Oh, not this time. Oh, it's nice to see you again so soon. Here for a walk, too. Hello, Hinata. Actually, last night I saw a ghost here. Or rather, the ghost grabbed my leg. No, that woman's ghost I saw? I didn't see it directly, so I can't say for sure. Have you ever seen any ghosts in this park? Well, I've seen her near the apartment before, but not here. Of course not. If you see the ghost, please look out for Miwako Yatsuya's ghost on your end, too. I will. I think you should stop going around that apartment, too. I suppose you have a point. Yes, I hope the streamer in room 104 can find a different apartment. So you know Kineko. Vaguely, I happened upon his video. What a surprise it was. I could see the mirror she was reflected in, too. Really is shocking to hear people can summon ghosts. Are you friends with him? You should recommend he moves. I'll tell him that next time the ghost appears. Have you heard of a female ghost called Bloody Mary, Hinata? Bloody... No, that's a first for me. You stand in front of a mirror and you call the name Mary 3 times? A mirror and a woman's name. She said that before, like it was something that, it kind of rang a bell for her, you know? Yes, and the ghost of a woman covered in blood appears, apparently. Mary. Mari. Have you heard the name before? I told you, remember? The woman's name shouted by the murdered man. Oh, Mary. That's right, you did. The man was rumored to be quite the cheat. But to call the name of your lover right up until your final moments. Now, we also have a possible misdirect in that maybe it wasn't Miwako that did it. Observe the bush. This is around where the ghost grabbed my leg yesterday. This bush might actually be big enough to hide in. And we're dealing with a ghost here. Examine carefully. Any clues lying around? I wish. Some of the branches here are broken. Is someone here? Let's see, branches seem to be broken towards the far right. Someone moving around? Tons of trees and grass. How many people would want to go further? Okay, that's emphasizing there's no breakages in them here. So it was around this vicinity. A thing. What's this shadow doing? Running through the bushes, pushing them aside? These shadowy feet. I can only see what's here, but... wonder where they're running to. Ghosts with legs? Running away? Feels kind of strange. Bush nearby had a broken branch towards the right. Could it mean that... Shadow on the ground here, and it seems to be struggling. Oh, of course, this is me from yesterday. There's a hand reaching out from under the bushes. Reaching out, claws ready. Is it reaching out to scratch me? Why even come after me? This clairvoyance power is so much trouble. Can't wait to stop seeing things. If the hand is reaching out from the bush, the ghost must have actually been in the bush. I should look carefully for any traces. Follow the tracks. If there's anything on the other side of this forest. What's this? Easy to miss, but the leaves on the branches are missing here. Maybe the ghost passed through. Excuse me, haven't any ghosts been seen in this park? Don't know what you saw, but I've never seen any. That's for sure. Well, rumors are going around lately, but ghosts just don't exist. I see. Sorry for bothering you. There's a forest in the back of the park. Is there anything beyond that? Ah, yeah. Before you could pass through to the other side. There's a hospital around back, and patients would sneak out at night and do whatever they want here, smoking and drinking. They already had some patients feeling down from their illnesses. We closed up the back exit to avoid unwanted trouble. But that means, yes, it's just a dead end now. No way through. I was hoping to gather as many clues as possible before Kinako's ritual. But I haven't really found much. What am I going to do? Unless I do something fast. It's from the director. This is Ami. How is it going? Good evening, and good timing. Thing is, a ghost grabbed my leg, and You're wondering the following. Isn't Bloody Mary stalking me and not, Kinako Tanahara? Correct? Yes. How did you know? As always, my power of vision tells me all. What should I do? Looking forward to the exorcism ritual. Does Bloody Mary's curse work as rumored, too? Will Kinako's amateur exorcism work? And can Miss Azami discover the truth behind this complex anomaly? Did you just call me to... Did you call just to tell me that? I might be about to die, you know. It's fine. You will not die, Miss Azami. Until that day, I won't let you. Ominous! A sentence that implies, and on that day, I will. Huh? What do you mean? The case is far from over. Oh. Hinako, we really need to do the ritual. Bloody Mary will kill me if we don't. I don't want to die, please. No one here. Hinako? Yeah, I'm gonna say that's Anita. The lady from the park. The collar on the dress matches up. Oh, dynamic entry. Oh, no. Okay, well. It was Kineko in a rubber mask all along. Wait, why? Kineko? Ow. Kineko, what are you doing? Ooh, nice. Very nice. Oh, no, no, no. Code red. Not good, not good. Gotta stop the stream. Halt, desist. Huh? Hey, shroom balls. What the hell? You behind all this? And you're the one who set up that attack on Zami at the park? That's it. Come taste karma. I'm going to start hitting you now, and I don't know when I'm going to stop. No, Jasmine, please stop. The stream might still be on, too. Wait until he turns it off so there won't be evidence. He went way past the line there. We're not here at Shroomhead's as Shroomhead's stagehands. This isn't enough. Forget the ritual. I'll use some trick with the mirror and make people think they saw a ghost. Kineko? Please leave. Just go. Leave. Okay. Thank you for yesterday. I owe Shroom Pants at least one more up the jaw. You showed some great restraint back there. I mean, contextually, it doesn't take much to show restraint after a flying double drop kick like that. That is... like, that covers that... It's a lot of violence. Hinako said something about using a trick on the mirror next time. Man, just thinking about it pisses me off. And all that happened on the stream last night. Socials must be a mess right now. That fungus brain. Two separate conversations going on. Good or bad, people are going to react for sure. To say the least. That means we might find some new clues. You think we need more data? We were asked to prove that ghosts are real. Our answer, they don't exist. It was all set up by Kineko. We poked Kineko to pay up in full, and its case closed. Well, actually, I feel we still have some loose ends. I don't know what exactly they are, though. That's the spirit. Ha ha ha. I'm just the driver. Investigation's up to you, Zami. In that case, I'll look into the viewer reactions to Kineko-san's video. And rumors about the ghost. I knew it. Kineko faked the whole thing. Here's proof. What an idiot. This looks bad. Worth a laugh if you ask me. Quite a bit of talk going on, so time to use your glasses. Look up some posts about Kinako's setup. Right, I'll check and recheck everything. I mean, and for the angle that he would have wanted for the camera so that it was really visible that she was getting jumped by the ghost, the camera should have really caught the moment of impact. I can't believe this. I'll never watch another Kinako Tanahara stream again. Person sounded pretty shocked. Nah, people are just too sensitive. Photo proof of Kinako's setup is lit. If this goes viral, he'll never outlive it. The rumor train is already on the move. These things go viral in no time. Partly due to the posters getting all excited. Everyone's trying to meme everything any chance they get. Setup busters. Quite a bit of attention here. They're picking up on the hashtag. Reading posts, searching for keywords. Gotta wonder how many others are out there doing the same. Where's the apology video, Kinako? We demand ukulele music. Public apology? That seems extreme. Classic Flaming 101. So the apartment being an accident property is a lie, and the murder suicide by Miwako? Wako? Hello, bud. Hello. Hello. Yes. Hello. Yes. He's right up in my face. You big foof. You big foof. I demand additional attention. Big sweetie. Oh, big sweetie. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Oh. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Maybe some of the info I collected earlier is wrong. Take it easy. Oh, no. That is true. The incident itself was covered by the newspapers. Yeah, for sure. Does that mean the two assistants were there to help fake it? What a letdown. What? No way. Letdown. Dude filmed us without asking. What simpletons. You see girls and just accept everything they say. You're a classy individual. Not our intent at all. Well, this one does have a point. I knew no-name streamers could make it on looks alone, but wow, girls really can choose any path in life as long as they look pretty. Yep. Back-to-back quality individuals. What? Huh? We were filmed without permission. Probably shouldn't take the rest of that thread too seriously. I'm surprised those two took on a job as hoax assistants. I bet they look down on people who watch vids like this. Trash personalities. Trash personalities? Like I said. The occult industry keeps going down the drain because of people like this, all in the name of entertainment. Is it our fault? No way we'd have that kind of sway. Those who are calling them cute have no taste. Enjoy not being picky. Gotta be fun down there. Say it to my face, you troll. Face to face, you and me. Amateur hour. Watching that vid made me cringe so hard. I'm sorry for your cringe? This amateur trolling comment is cringe. Legit tired of these drama queens. Caught in the crossfire. Were we being drama queens? Zombie, don't take any of this seriously. They don't know you, and you don't know them. So it's just random everyday trash talk. Gotta let it go. Right. End of the road for Kineko, and not even started for the two chicks. I actually did just start as an investigator. Yeah, tell them, Zammy. Good riddance. Sweep them under before they start stinking. Nah, we're not going anywhere. Exactly. The setup busters. Make sure this photo sticks around for the next generation. So the name is Humpty Dumpty, but because T is a word, it creates a much greater emphasis on the first syllable, and it changes it from haha, silly funny way to reference a nursery rhyme to you've made it sound dirty. What good would it do to keep this for future generations? This is what some people consider their goal in life. Kineko had it coming, though. Dude, let it go. This guy seems to be having the time of his life. Is this what makes Kineko popular? That is a distinct thing, is you will have people that are intentionally inflammatory. So they make big claims that the claims often align with a particular group and are actively opposed to another or multiple. So it creates a circumstance that breeds conflict. And when it comes to like social media and general content, conflict is still engagement. And that's true for any media. There's a reason that like hate watching applies to like TV shows and whatnot. The idea of, it's so bad it's good. I watch it ironically. So Kineko set it all up. I knew from the start, though. I was never fooled. They seem to be having fun. I can't tell if they're laughing at Kineko or with him. Someone has already made it a meme. Wow. That edit was out in no time. You can really never trust what you see on the internet. Breaking news. Kineko Tanahara is canceled. I guess they don't know who the information is for. They think they're reporters or something? His days as a ghost-watching streamer are over. Kineko, live on as a comedian. Well, hello. Can't say for sure there, Ethan. It's possible that in the interim, because YouTube switched over to having your actual username visible and not your personal, like, handle, that I might not recognize the name. How's the game coming along? We're on a bit of a hiatus, but it's moving along. It's moving along. We got kind of bogged down in something, and I'm taking a step back so that we can head back into it with clearer eyes, That and trying to get some other stuff in order. But otherwise, going well. Say it's the nicest comment. Let's see. When Kineko's stream went viral, Dark Spec News picked it up. There it is again, Dark Spec News. Now there's a lead to follow. This is a rumor site. How's the AC? pretty good. Pretty good. It's you know, the local weather is reasonable right now, but it is getting into the warmer season. And you'd think I would be better ventilated, but no, cooling is still an issue. You're gonna fake it, at least do it well. It's so obvious. Disappointing. As someone directly involved in his antics, I have to say, I have things to say about his methods too. Exactly. Let it all out. A lot of people are bashing him, but why all the memes? I don't think people involved in the incident would appreciate being mocked. I mean, if they're making memes of his post-drop kick photo, then, I mean, solid. Well, I'm trying to get the streams to be a little more regular there, Ethans. So we'll have to see. You have a point. A lot of opinions get buried in the crowd online. People involved in the incident. Who exactly, I wonder? Maybe we'll find out if we keep searching. Reaction to people involved in the incident. Give it a search. Dark Spec News is on the case. Curious findings in the photo that exposed Kineko Tanahara's setup stream. This part in particular has people riled up. Almost called a fan meet. Kineko Tanahara's viral faked livestream may not be 100% proven as faked. Find out more in the full article. Huh? Ah, they grab your attention with the clickbait. I bet he messed up the ritual so bad he ended up pissing off the woman in the mirror instead. Even filmed us in the mirror without saying anything. True. Also, when you summon ghosts, some get mad if you don't dismiss them properly. TLDR. They can't say the streams before this one are fake. We still don't know what was staged and what was real. Rare to see someone being careful before making judgments. That's a plot beat that they had in the prior one, is that an element that was mentioned during it that wasn't there was an element that was mentioned that was kind of a one-off, and they didn't like resolve it right away, but it looped back around at the end and gave a like, yes, this is all, it all technically went down as we described, but there was an added wrinkle that was revealed at the end about what the entire set of events. It's kind of cool. Nah, man, once a faker, always a faker. That's just how it is. You are forever branded. Once you're accused of faking, it's hard to lose that reputation. I mean, the first and second streams seemed real. It's not easy to find. It's not easy to find proof that it wasn't a setup. Where'd you expect to find evidence of it? That one in the photo Dark Spec is pointing out. What is that? Isn't there something there? So this is, it peeked in, it darted in, looked, and darted back. What? We didn't notice, but there is definitely something there. Lol, seriously. Seriously? No way, that can't be true. If we're talking about a female ghost, isn't there that baby one? How many variations could there possibly be? I told you already. Lots. Are you talking about the one where you're attacked by the woman in the mirror if you don't give back her baby? Baby Blue? Did Kineko get the ritual wrong? Oop. This guy has departed. I had to grab the grounding cable. The mirror? It's the same as in the Bloody Mary myth? Maybe it's related. At the very least, it's clear they're not family. Wonder what the victims or families involved with the murder-suicide at Umeki Flats think of Kineko's stream. We also got involved and ended up getting filmed. Aren't they just talking about the mess from Kineko's ritual? I bet it's this mob that dug up the story. Darkspec News reports on a murder-suicide case in Yumikicho, and rumored sightings of the ghost of the dead woman. So this is the picture that the lady in the park gave us. I feel like I've seen this photo somewhere before. Well, I haven't. Imagining things? No, I definitely remember seeing it. Where was it again? First of all, are there even any people involved left from that incident? People involved, as in family and friends? Because... So it was mentioned that nobody, like, the family of the woman supposedly came to... I think it was that they came to get her remains, but that nobody came for him. So we have family in that regard. But again, also Mari. Yeah, hard to call them accomplices when it's a murder-suicide. Learn about the Yumikicho apartments and murder-suicide, thrust into the spotlight by popular Ghost Watch streamer Kineko Tanahara. Click here for more. It's to direct traffic to the site. Getting their cash through ads and links. I mean, yeah, that's how web pages function usually. Either they directly provide a service, or there is some mechanism through which the traffic generates revenue. Not always for the page itself, you know, there are hosting sites, but still, that's how the internet currently work. Mentally unstable woman lost it and stabbed her boss to death over an affair, right? Okay, that's her boss. Her boss? Iwako Yatsuya's husband. That garbage who had an affair was also her boss at first, right? Beats me. They're confusing it for a different incident. So she stabbed the cheating trash common law hubby with a kitchen knife, then slit her own throat. They do say hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Woman scorned. Just like what the park keeper heard from the neighbor lady. That info's pretty accurate, and it got around fast. No, that's not it. They weren't even married, but she stabbed the trash guy for cheating. The guy was so horrible, it must have driven her mad. Wait, the info is getting all mixed up. About that cheating creep? The park keeper did mention something about that. That's a lot of regret. Not surprised she'd turn into a ghost. Even if this was a setup by Kineko, maybe the ghost itself is real. Cheating man who calls out his lover's name in a park. I wouldn't be able to stand it. Resentment runs deep. Kick him to the curb. Thought she used a huge pair of 1 meter long scissors to kill him. Is there no official information around? Wow. Clock tower. 1 meter long? Jasmine, this is new info. Not so fast. Doesn't mean it's true just from this post. Is the ghost Miwaku Yatsuya? There is an article about her dad. So this guy's daughter was the mental case that stabbed a dirtbag, then killed herself? Miwako's father? They did mention an article on him. Could be the guy in the park. Her father. You think there's more to this case than we realize, Ami? Well, yes. Guess it's time to use my special methods and see if he can tell us anything. Special methods? Nothing fancy. As long as he's still alive, we can talk to him. Hold on. What exactly is going on here? Can't believe the ghost was in yesterday's stream too. That means not all of this is Kinako's setup? That would have to be the case. Okay, so it's unclear if the first two incidents of something being visible were faked. It is the third time where she's grabbed in the woods. It's strongly implied that that was him, that it was Kinako. He was in the bushes waiting, trips her, and then he darts out to the right and comes back around. That reminds me, the director mentioned that the case is far from over. With zero follow-up, eh? Dude owes us a contingency plan. You're right, no follow-up at all. Our communication is basically just a monologue. Oh yes, also, about Miwako Yatsuya's father. The ghost father? Yeah, might lead to some real talk. Eyeball. I'll work on that. I'll work on that end then. You know where to look? Yeah, more or less. And I appreciate your help searching for the ghost's father. Okay. So he's like, oh, you can't park on the road there. I wonder if that's actually the case. There are no children that were visible in the park. Like, at all. But he's saying, oh, you know, the kids come this way. You gotta go. Is he trying to, like, subtly, kind of drive us off from the location? Father of the ghost, huh? And also the, that's not really how it went down, or there's no ghost kind of thing. A call from the director. How's it going? Director? We had a whole lot going on, you know? We encountered the ghost at Kinako-san's place, but it turned out to be Kinako-san himself. I've met my quota of ghost stories already. But the ghost did appear at the apartment yesterday, didn't it? Yes, it did. It was a setup, but wasn't all a setup. Miss Azami, the Bloody Mary issue hasn't been resolved yet. We still have people in danger of losing their lives. You mean, really? From here on, the key to this case is whether you can determine the true nature of this actual ghost. So another possibility is that it wasn't a murder-suicide. It was officially presented as. I'd have to see, because they mentioned the guy's remains weren't picked up, but hers were. Is it that she actually died, or that her family kind of bundled her off? And that they said there is a hospital back there, and sometimes the patients come out to like smoke and whatnot. Is this somebody who's out like? So my thought is it's not a ghost, it's actually her, and she is returning, wondering what's going on at the place that she used to live. Separate the setup part from and unnecessary information, and look into the true nature of the ghost. Could that be about those new rumors about the ghost's father? That is one of the elements. It's up to you, Mrs. Ami. whether or not you can solve this case with no casualties. Were you okay last night? Of course I wasn't. You have some nerve showing up today after what you did. My neck still hurts. Breathe in, breathe out. So, about yesterday? Some nerve you have, out with it. Last night you were planning to stream a setup where you attack me while pretending to be the ghost, correct? I was, and that Jasmine chick turns up uninvited and buzzkills everything just like that. Also, when you grabbed my leg the other day in the park across the road, yeah, I hid in the bushes. I hide in the bushes, scare you, rush to your rescue. Was filming that, you know. About the ghost not at the park. Was the ghost standing behind Jasmine you as well? That wasn't me. And the first one that showed up in the stream wasn't me either. I was summoning with everything I had got. Why won't she appear? Mary, Mary, Mary! Oh, that was nice. Tingly. proper that is a clean jump scare thing. Doesn't have to be like a hard stinger and, like, you know, jump out of your chair. Just needs to be a, oh, what was that? You know? What? I thought that was Kineko, but you're here, which means... What are you babbling about? The ghost just showed up in the mirror just now. Didn't you see her? Come on, not again. I give up. It's you. Definitely you. You're the one who's been haunted by the ghost. Congratulations. Jeez. Lucky. Everybody gets to be cursed but me. I'm the one who's haunted? The comments are pretty toxic from yesterday's stream. You both messed me up, totally. Thought the views are going up and up. That I appreciate. That I appreciate. I mean, again, he has a domain. He's working in the domain. There's a craft to this. It's like any of the, like, ghost hunter kind of things. There is a... I mean, actually, it's like pro wrestling. There is a assumed degree of suspension of disbelief. Like, it is... There is the aspects of the performance of the wrestling. Like, that is a skill and a craft. The actual drama that is created around the characters and their behaviors and interaction, that's a craft. It's all there. Just the fact that the curtain fell away doesn't remove that. It can still be that people like to watch it for the, like, the tension and the little scares and whatnot. Or that they just like to watch it because sometimes the guy's fakery gets noticed and it's funny. This is, I guess what I'm getting at, this is very, like, real. There is a degree, there is a noticeable degree of truth to this. That they're not presenting it as, oh, he faked it, he's a terrible person, and not a real ghost streamer. Oh yes, about your stream. Did you know the ghost was filmed again in that one? Huh, really? I guess not. Man, you're bad at editing. It is presented that he does upload them. Like, the stream content is not just is not entirely what he uploads. Like, you know, it's not just the raw VOD. About last night. Breathe in, breathe out, please. Don't get how you have the patience, Sami. I thought that everything was a setup by Kineko as material for his channel, but seeing the ghost being filmed like that, we can't be sure anymore, right? Yeah. But if so, what should we do now? What's going to happen to me? Relax, you heard the boss man earlier. We could look into the true nature of the ghost. What should we look into next? The true nature of the ghost. We know that it was a setup, but let's check with Shroomhead. If we find anything that wasn't a setup, that might turn into a clue. I see what you mean. By the way, another confession from Kineko. On top of what he did yesterday, he was the one who grabbed my leg back in the park. What's he thinking, hurting others for his own gain? Yes, the tripping and the, like, these are bystanders, effectively. He is involving others, and, like, it's not that the outrage is actually being directed at them as well, as opposed to, like, he tripped that person, you know? Oh. Oh. Didn't feel like much of a cough, but boy. The secondary effect. Oof. What about the one who popped up behind me? Or the one who cameos on the streams from outside the door? He doesn't seem to know about those. So those could still be the ghost itself. Besides, something showed up in the mirror while we were discussing that. Hey, I can't take any more of that. Should seriously look into Miwaku Yatsuya's background. By the way, I saw something on socials. It was about Miwaku Yatsuya's father, I think. I asked around on my own network. Pretty easy to find. Wow, that's great. When you feel like talking to her dad, meet me at the apartment's gate. I'll go grab the van. Bit of a row last night. About what happened last night. I heard a loud noise late at night. I thought another incident might be happening. It was just the boy in room 104 causing a fuss, yeah? Can't wait for people to die or something again. Wow! I mean, I get that it would be a good bit of gossip for you, but you don't say it. The woman from the incident, Miwaku Yatsuya, we're looking into her family. Ah, yeah, the woman from room 104. Her family, you say? I did mention the man had no family at all. Really? The woman seemed to have a family, but their daughter was the culprit of a terrible murder. Maybe it was the finger pointing, but I heard they hardly did anything about it. Some parents can be so heartless. But as they caused all this trouble, you'd think they'd come apologize or something. If you see them, tell them to come say sorry. Yep, okay, if I meet them, I'll tell them. That reminds me, I wonder if Jasmine was able to find out about her father. There are definitely, like, overlapping loopbacks that if you encounter one flag, they'll be like, oh yeah, go talk to this person about that. It would be nice that if they indicated, like, hey, I already raised flag A, you don't need to tell me about flag A. Recheck the details with Kiniko. The ghosts that appeared at the park and at the ritual were both him. On the other hand, the other sightings may have been actual ghosts. I see. Gotcha. As you said, the problem's not solved yet. Well then, let's go say hi to Miwako Yatsuya's father. Yes. I'm surprised how easily you got in touch with him. Not exactly easy, but yeah, piece of cake. Okay. The father's home. This is where Miwako Yatsuya grew up. Her father still lives here. I did call first to tell them why we're here. Should be willing to talk. Understood. Basically, why does the apartment ghost pop up, and what's it trying to do? Looking into Miwako Yatsuya might tell us something. Gotcha. Let's go ask about her. Hello, we're from the Urban Myth Dissolution Center. May we ask you a few questions? Know about our daughter. Have you heard about the ghost at the Yumekicho apartments? A ghost? Oh man. Hard reaction. So our team is investigating urban myths. We believe the apartment's ghost might be your daughter, and we're trying to find out more. This might be a lot to take in, of course. I see, this is a rather sudden notion. Mr. Yatsuya, how should we... Oh, yes, I should introduce myself. Sugo Yatsuya. Please call me Sugo. It's one of the, double vowel consonant, or I'm sorry, little... It is... Because it is a single vowel following... when they have a vowel following another, so it's effectively two characters or two syllables, but they're back to back. Sometimes they get blended. Kind of like suo kind of thing. Sometimes you can get the anyway. I don't know the particulars, I just know some of them that I've noticed that are... It looks like it would be pronounced this way, but that's not how you actually say this. Alright then, thank you. This is a strange question, but if I went to that apartment, would I be able to meet my daughter's ghost? Huh? You want to see her? Would like to talk to her? I admit I do. Even if she did cause such an incident, Miwako is my daughter. I really care about her. Regardless of her choices, she is my child. Is this unusual? Okay, so the indication, she did indeed die. It wasn't a... She was critically injured and the family later just says she's dead. She was dead. Okay. Oh, no, it's just not what I expected. The neighbor lady described the parents as heartless, I think. Daughter-loving father, don't phrase it that way. Where's Miwako's mother? My wife. She was gravely affected by our daughter's death. Maybe because of that, she had a serious illness and followed our daughter on less than 6 months after her death. Oh, I didn't know. Sorry for bringing it up. Maybe hard to talk about this, but could we ask about Miwako's, about Miwako-san in the incident? That's, dying of grief is effectively something that's... There are... It happens in, like, animals that have, like, long-term or, like, lifelong, like pair bond kind of stuff, like mates, that you can have where when the other dies, one dies, the other one is probably going to follow. Like, depression, like heavy depression, can shorten your life. The exact like mechanisms of it are all over the place, like impact on like activity, various behaviors, all kinds of different things can actually play into it, but the psychological state can be a trigger. Our daughter was energetic and optimistic and continued doing sports through college. We thought she would do fine in society too. May have been her serious personality. Probably had a mental breakdown. We never imagined she might stab a man and commit suicide. That's not usually the kind of thing that shows up in the yearbook, you know, voted most likely to. That's not really the yearbook page you want to be on. It's not really a yearbook page that you want to feel necessary to have. I believe it's because of her breakdown. Why else would she do such a thing? We heard the man was selfish and abusive. Newspapers and weeklies write whatever they want. I think he was genuinely worried about our daughter. I've been in similar shoes myself. Similar shoes? One of my younger colleagues at work had trouble adapting to our workplace and started refusing to show up. I was worried and sometimes visited them at home to check on them. Excuse me, I'm not sure I understand. What are you talking about? Well, I'm telling you about my daughter's workplace boss. He was concerned about her and went to check on her. Okay, this is... This is the old man mentioning that, like, that's not really how it went down. That's not really how it was. So this is... It wasn't a boyfriend. This is her boss. Like, actually her boss. Concerned and went to check on her. I'm sorry, I'm still confused. Could you tell me about the incident from start to finish? Ah, I see. Our daughter had joined a PR agency, a dream career for her. Her assignment preferences didn't work out, and the team she joined was a den of abuse. She fell into depression a few months after joining and shut herself in her apartment. Her boss, probably worried, went to check on her. Mistakenly thinking he was forcing her to go back to work, she grabbed a pair of scissors and stabbed him. Okay, and again, it's, I thought it was like meter-long scissors. It's, the actual incident is scissors. So this is... They touch on a lot of the things that are the variables in urban legends. So, what was the murder weapon, and how exaggerated does it get? Who were the people involved? That kind of stuff. Then stabbed and killed herself. Killing a man and committing suicide does match up, but... It wasn't something like a man she was living with and cheated on her? Cheated on her? We'll get back to you when we've made sense of this. Sorry. Impression of the father. Miwako Yatsui's father. He seems heartbroken at losing Miwako. Let's see. Don't know. Is it a long E or... I don't know the exact sound for that. I have trouble saying Miwako smoothly. When I mentioned the apartment ghost, what did he say? He wants to see her. He must think about his daughter a lot. It's totally different from what the neighbor lady said. Observe the boxes. Boxes are piled up here. Maybe these are Miwako's things. Brought back, but left as is. Shrine. Observe. Indeed. Welcome back. It's another one of those things that I feel like the translation isn't bad. It's that it feels like some of these things were like machine translated, and so they don't have full context. So you'll have two sentences that are like one asking of the other kind of thing, but the phrasing doesn't line up. Like, that's not how you would react to that question. Not emotionally, but it's not the structure that would come of that. It doesn't have a proper conversational flow, but it still works as an answer. In this case, observe is a very strong term for look at. In that regard, I think you may have discovered the dormant TikTok that I still have. I have there, Key. If the telemetry is any indication. Buddhist style altar. You shouldn't open this without asking. For a while, I was parallel uploading the shorts that I made to TikTok as well. I also tried streaming there, but boy, while they did like pioneer the surge in popularity of, you know, short format video, short vertical format videos, as they do, their attempts to do like live streaming, the system that they have for it is crude. Like, if I was to want to do a stream like this, like a full screen stream like this, you have to use like their own app, and it's a special like by invite sort of thing. It is a whole mess of a process. And just like the viewing culture on Twitch is different from YouTube, like the sort of behaviors that you expect to see and how people watch are different. On TikTok, it's wildly different still. Is this our father's shadow? He looks kind of lonely. I mean, yeah. Yeah, that's ultimately why I started stepping away from it. It was a lot of... It didn't feel like there was a lot of gain for effort. I mean, it still has links to my main channel, and it allows me to essentially control that space under my handle. So, yeah. It's pretty normal for the family home of Ghost. I guess you can't assume, since parents and children can be totally different. Stories don't add up. Jasmine, his story is so different from what we've heard. Huh? What do you mean? Agency work? Abusive boss? What? Is this the wrong house? No, can't be. Oh yeah, the apartment. Check if the apartment address was correct. Good idea. On it. Anything else? Excuse me, about the apartment your daughter used to live in. Could you tell us the address? Oh, yes. Address, apartment... Flats Umeki, 104, 123 Umeki Honcho. It's an old apartment with a park across the road. Oh yes, that's right. the Yumekicho apartment with the park just in front. Oh, anything? Miwako did indeed live in an apartment in Yumekicho. Yeah, checked on my end too. The apartment where the ghost popped up is Yumeki Flats 10 floor. 10 floor. Oh. It's Yumeki Flats, not it's Flats Yumeki. There is a parallel and similar event. Anyway, let's keep looking for clues on Miwako Yatsuya and confirming them. I know, right? It'd be different if I got tongue-tied on, like, complex words. But it's like one syllable, non-complicated pronunciation. Start adding letters, I guess. Okay, understood. I'll keep looking into Miwako. Conflicting info. Well, I know this is asking a lot, but would you mind if we take a look at your daughter's belongings? Her things? Most all her things in the apartment had bloodstains on them, so we disposed of them. Things we brought back should be in a cardboard box in the next room. May we take a look at the altar in the room back there? If possible, I'd like to see your daughter's picture. Please do. Go ahead and open the altar if it's closed. I keep it closed since seeing her photo there is difficult for me. Look closely. Must be the box he mentioned? Ah, the apartment address is on it too. That's the right one. Flats Yumeki 104. Yeah, it's the same area, but there is Flats Yumeki and Yumeki Flats. Told me earlier, but something feels off. Look even closer. Again, the terminology is odd because to me, the way they set that up, I just get the impression of her slowly leaning closer and closer until she's like nose to the cardboard, looking along the surface. Box of mostly clothing? Jeans, t-shirts, boyish 20s fashion. Ghost we saw in the apartment wore a white dress. Totally different look. It's further emphasizing that's the wrong person. Like they're connecting the wrong people. Because the events are similar, they've been kind of tangled. Give us permission, so let's open the altar. See, 2 photo stains. Woman in her 50s. This is probably her mother. This must be her. Young, energetic girl with short hair. Not what I expected the ghost to look like. But why? This is Miwako Yatsuya, right? Think this over. The ghost was known as Miwako Yatsuya. We learned that a person called that did exist and passed away. The more we hear from her father, the more confused I get. There are common factors, but so many things don't match up at all. Puzzling. Yet what matters is that you deduce based on the facts you discovered. Did Miwako Yatsuya have similar characteristics to the rumored ghost? What have you learned about her hairstyle, clothing, and personality? Most of the info conflicts with what we initially heard. This overturns some of our initial assumptions, but maybe this means that... Maybe Miwaku is a different person from the ghost. Maybe it's a different person from the ghost. Wait, could it be? And do our investigations so far even mean anything? What about the Umeki Flats ghost? Really don't understand this. Interesting. Woman's belongings include a lot of boyish 20s clothing. That's different from what we heard about both Miwako Yatsuya and the ghost. Any photos of Miwako around? Check for spots where one might be put up. There's a photo on the altar. A woman with short hair. Totally different look from the long-haired ghost. And you confirm that the woman in the altar photo is our Miwako Yatsuya, yeah? I did. Wonder what's going on. Okay. So this is because they got tied together, because the addresses were really similar, and the events were very similar, the details got tangled. So the cheating boyfriend got kind of blended with the boss, and the person doing the stabbing is swapped into the circumstance of a different victim. So in this case, they described it as the guy was calling out the name of the woman he was cheating with. But what I think it actually is Mari is the other person, whoever this Mari is, and he was calling out her name. And it was probably a, no, stop kind of calling her name, And because of that difference, there is an uncertainty as to whether the suicide happened. Because the gossip monger is a gossip monger. That doesn't mean that she's actually a reliable witness or anything like that. Now, it's also possible, yes, it is a suicide as well, but we shall see. I thought coming here would help us get to the bottom of the ghost situation, but it feels like we're just getting further away from the truth. Why, though? Unless I do something, we'll solve nothing, and Bloody Mary will come for me. Not now. Oh, seriously? Wait, dissolution? In the state we're in? How's it going? You seem as confused as ever, Miss Azami. Director, I really don't think I can do this. The more we look into Miwako Yatsuya, the further we get from what we first heard. Not getting any closer to figuring out this ghost. You do realize we're chasing a ghost for this case, and sometimes ghosts suddenly disappear. This ghost happens to be Bloody Mary, a ghost that appears in the mirror. A fake anomaly wouldn't have made things this interesting. The true thrill of urban myths is this maelstrom of clues and ensuing chaos. You're enjoying this way too much. Oh, but I thought you would understand, Mrs. Azami. Anyway, let us first unravel the mystery of the ghost in the mirror. Can we even try with all this mess? Oh, before we start, could you kindly relay a message to Jasmine? Sure, what is it? Huh? Sara Ishiki. Who the heck? Why do we need to look into this person? The director would like you to. I'm not sure why. Geez, never explains anything. Not that I care. It shouldn't take long. Sounds great. Sara Yoshiki. What is it that we'd find from looking into her? Mrs. Ami, now is not the time for random distractions. Behold! The eye reveals all. Let the dissolution begin. Now, as these are rather important factors, I would like to recap various elements. Important factors? For this kind of anomalous occurrence, the combination of conditions can be surprisingly important. Our help was requested because a ghost appeared during Hinako-san's livestream. Why was the ghost filmed in this video? Isn't it because Kinako was doing a summoning ritual? That is an insufficient answer. You need to dig in one layer deeper. You mean in more detail? Yes, that will turn out to be crucial. So, Mrs. Ami. Yes. Why did the rumored ghost appear in Kinako-san's stream? They barked like a dog. Because it's an accident property, a stigmatized property. Because they stood in front of a mirror. They called her name. And that is consistent with the appearance after the drop kick. The appearance when he is... when we were standing there talking to him after the drop, like the day after. It's when her name is said. Called her name 3 times. That is a requirement for summoning Bloody Mary. Hinako-san was invoking her name each time he filmed his streams. It is a critical and indispensable condition. Calling the woman's name was the key to a successful summoning. And the woman in the park was saying, like, a name and a mirror, a name and a mirror. It was that... It really had a looking into the middle distance vibe to the way she was acting. Next, let's go over the entity that was summoned. The entity that was summoned. The ghost that we've been tasked with proving through this case. So, Mrs. Ami. They are the previous resident of room 104, which Kinako-san is renting now. The one who left behind the murder weapon, a kitchen knife, and is being cited even now as a ghost. How would you describe this female ghost we are investigating? Mushroom cut with glasses. Curly hair and nightgown is the neighbor. Short-haired and boyish is the Miwako. Long-haired in a dress. Long-haired woman wearing a dress. We know she murdered a man who cheated on her, then committed suicide. We saw through the confusion. Rumors of a ghost in the apartment, clues from the neighbor lady, and the woman's face on social media. All of that leads to her identity. This whole time we'd assumed the woman was Miwako Yatsuya. But what her father's story, her photo and clothes and all of it was different. Exactly. If there were 2 separate Miwako Yatsu, as if there were 2 separate Miwakos. Short-haired Miwako-san or long-haired Miwako-san, as if looking into an infinity mirror. Let us move on. Other confusing information included the rumors surrounding the ghost. Your investigation seemed to follow a long-haired woman in a dress, formerly a resident of room 104. Yet you arrived at a short-haired boyish woman instead. That's right. And now everything's a confusing mess. There was a reason why the investigation took a complicated turn. Despite the 2 women having such differing characteristics, there were similar conditions and clues that led to confusion between the 2 incidents. So, what exactly was the cause of this confusion? Address and apartment name. It's because of the address and apartment names. Umeki Flats and Flats Umeki. Observed. While talking to Miwako's father, too many things didn't match up, so we checked the address in case they were at the wrong house. In the moment, I'd assumed it was the same apartment, because of the park nearby and the similar sounding names. Sneeze. Miwako Yatsui's address was Flats Umeki 104-123 Yumiki Hansha. The room is rented by Kinako-san was Umeki Flats 104-123 Yumikicha. So completely different place, but very similar at a glance. The address and apartment name are different. Side by side, the difference is obvious, yet the strong similarity can throw you off due to your bias. Case in point, none of the related gossip on social media pointed out this discrepancy. But details like the murder weapon and similar were, jumbled. Now is a good time for a recap. During the investigation, the more clues we gathered, the more confusing things became. Yet it was also those clues that led us to the truth. I don't know what that sound is supposed to be, but it has kind of like a horror stinger and almost a ripping, wet sound to it. What did we discover about this case from clues about the ghost and the addresses? There were 2 different murder-suicides. Through our investigations, we found that the 2 were clearly different, but if we had trusted the rumors without checking further, we would have seen them as one. The 2 incidents look very similar on the surface. Their similarities led to confusion, like a misleading clickbait article header. If you had not visited the premises and talked directly with related individuals, this answer might have been beyond you entirely. Actual investigation. Now, for my final question. About the true nature of the ghost supposedly summoned by Kinako-san. The true nature of the ghost? She has dark and long hair and wears a white dress. She previously committed a murder-suicide in room 104. Unable to forgive her partner for cheating, she stabbed him numerous times with a kitchen knife on the tatami mat area in room 104. Yes, I confirmed that when I saw Kinako-san's room through clairvoyance. So, Mrs. Ami, yes, tell us about the true nature of the ghost. Ghost whose existence Kinako-san asked us to prove. Its true nature? As in, there's an actual ghost who can't pass on peacefully due to this tragic incident? Is that what you mean? No, that's not what I mean. I mean, now. Should be about time. Time for what? He is a smug mastermind, isn't he? It's from Jasmine. Picking it up. Please do. Oh, no. This is bad. Jasmine? Checked on Sari Ishiki. Like you too, but geez. It's breaking up. Who'da thunk? Hold on, Jasmine. Where are you? Your voice keeps dropping out. That incident in the apartment we looked at, murder-suicide. What about the murder-suicide in Kinako's apartment? Only one died. What's that? Only one of them died in that incident. Huh? Lost connection? A vital detail has been revealed. Yep. It's totally the lady in the park. But we've just made it that much more, it makes more sense now because we've disentangled it. Trouble making it out, but Jasmine was telling us about the past murder-suicide in Kiniko's apartment. Only one of them died. Wonder how far she went to park the van. But anyway, I mean, she went far enough to either an area with no cellular reception, or one where the buildings are so dense that it disrupts it. Both of those are impressive in what is ostensibly a relatively urban area in Japan. Jasmine's information should enable you to answer my earlier question. Only one person died in the murder-suicide. Now then, Mrs. Anu, back to my question. The ghost that Kiniko asked us to prove the existence of. Tell us, what is the true nature of Bloody Mary? It's a living person. Not the father. We had thought the ritual summoned a ghost, but the woman was actually a living person. Fabulous. The mystery at the heart of this case, Bloody Mary's true nature, has been revealed. The mystery is now solved. There's something almost sinister about this guy, you know? The ghost was actually a living person? But how could that be? What did Jasmine find out? The woman still wanders around the apartment, remembering her agonizing past. What do you mean? I went and checked on Sara Yoshiki. Jasmine? First of all, Sara Yoshiki, she's the former resident of room 104. That means Sara Yoshiki is the person who committed the murder-suicide? About that. Maybe this wasn't a murder-suicide. What? That means the murder weapon is still out there. It could be just plain murder. Wait, what? Really? I see. How very interesting. So, Sara Yoshiki, a ghost that appears in the vicinity of room 104, could be a murderer. Those rumors were all smoke and mirrors. Wait, what do you mean? Sara Yoshiki didn't die in the murder-suicide. She lived. Is that so? Hold on, I don't understand. We can discuss the specifics at a later time. Let's get to room 104 right now. Kiniko is in danger. He is? Again, we have the knife. We know it was a knife. Ah, there she is. How could this have happened? He's still calling my name. Mary, Mary, Mary. If he hadn't spoken of her, I wouldn't have had to. Wouldn't have had to kill him. None of that matters anymore. If I take the form of a ghost, I can hide the truth with stories. Can't let more people see that mirror. Must destroy it. Yeah, she messes up her hair and, you know, puts on essentially, you know, stage makeup kind of stuff. You call yourself a viewer. You're not even a fan. Pick apart my every word and action. Tease the streamer all you want, but pay your dues first. You and your stupid comments. I thought I'll have to make the mirror the star of the show. I'll let everyone get a good look at this mirror, though. Booga booga. Who are you? Give me your name. Mary, Mary, Mary. Okay, it still is. There was a Mary. That is that is likely the woman he cheated with. Now, why the mirror, I don't know. Mary? Yes, my summoning worked. Destroy. Destroy? Oh, is that, like, one of Bloody Mary's top hits? Hold on a second. What's with the knife? Mary, Mary, Mary. Destroy. That's dangerous. Must destroy the mirror. Oh, that's a crazy eye. That's a crazy eye. No. Especially on her right now. This is sprite work that's kind of like look outside caliber kind of stuff, where there's a lot there are a lot of like moving layers in the sprite to give it that much more kind of life to it. Kineko. Oh, flying knee to the back of the head. She is despite what movies would have you believe, that kind of thing to the back of your head, you're at least going to be down for a little bit. Like, you're not going to spring back to your feet after that. It is possible that you will be blind for a period of time after that kind of thing, let alone potentially unconscious or concussed or all of the above. Especially at the height that she did that, the fact that she entered frame in midair like that, that means she had some velocity. Are you okay? What's going on? Kineko, she's the previous resident of this room. Neither Bloody Mary or a ghost. She's a living person. What? You okay, Jasmine? You're bleeding. It's not mine. It's hers. And I think it's just fake blood. She covered herself in it to make herself look more like that ghost. So this is the infamous Bloody Mary, huh? Can't believe you were Bloody Mary, Hinata. I'll call the cops. You keep an eye on the shroom. Understood. So the ghost who showed up in the stream isn't actually a ghost, it's a living woman? Oh, that's right. There never was a ghost. I mean, if that was being recorded, which I don't think it was, it's unclear if it was, but it seems like it wasn't. Like, he was prepping for the next one and complaining about the comments he's getting. If they had seen that, that would be like huge credit to it, because then he can pivot. He can talk about how, like, okay, there was fake stuff, but there was a real murderer. Let's focus on the scary, cool thing. Devastation and judgment. Sleep talking again. I'm awake, wide awake. I was wondering if those prophecies on the cards always happen. Was just thinking, not napping. Prophecies can be read in so many different ways. Yeah, of course. Just feels like they were foretelling what happened. And you're an awesome fighter, by the way. I didn't realize. Yeah, well, I actually lift, so... With you as partner, I feel like we can solve any case that comes our way. Daily reminder, I'm just your driver. Nah, whatever. Oh, looks like the UMDC video is up. Oh, you're right. Wait, this is the incident we just solved. What? But we just wrapped everything up. That's the norm. Just watch it on the drive back to the center. Bloody Mary appears. Huh. Again, it turns it from there is an urban legend. Here is a new incidence of an urban legend, or there was a recurrence of an urban legend in the area. Look, this lines up. This is the kind of thing that would happen. Or it is a similar story. Like, this is a variant that the others would be fed upon by. And he turns it into... it goes from an urban legend to a true crime thing. Still, what an intriguing Bloody Mary. Like, in his mind, it is... Or at least how they're presented is they're like embodiments. It's not necessarily that, like, there is a, unique Bloody Mary, but it's kind of a this is a Bloody Mary occurrence kind of thing. Like it's a categorization of incident. I'm still confused about most of it. Why did Sara Yoshiki attack Kiniko? Kiniko had nothing to do with it. She wanted to destroy the mirror. Does that mean the murder weapon Jasmine spoke of, the one never found in the case, was the mirror? When Kiniko-san mentioned a trick on the mirror, showing a trick, Sara Yoshiki must have been worried that so many eyes on that mirror would expose her. Of course, this is simply speculation, only the police know the details. But after killing the man with a shard of the mirror, Sara Yoshiki wiped off the blood and put the shard back in place. Nice. Okay. This was another distortion. It wasn't a kitchen knife. Kitchen knife is kind of another one of those, this is a standard, like, scary trope weapon. And part of the story was they never found the murder weapon. That's why the knife returned. It was assumed to be the knife, but it wasn't the knife. Because she picked up the knife. Wow. It's made it look like a suicide, and because they had there was no evidence of it being a murder kind of thing. Say, looked like a suicide pact kind of thing that failed. We both tried to kill ourselves, it didn't work. So there was no evidence of it being a murder. So she walked free on it. But anybody that had seen it would look at that and say, both of these people are dead. So the gossipy woman who spotted it, and clearly has been part of spreading the rumors about this particular incident, kind of gave shape to the rumor of this particular one. So whenever she was spotted, she acted like a ghost. Playing the part of the ghost, she made sure the rumors stayed loud and active. You felt the effects firsthand, didn't you? Her story was hidden under layers of false truths. This is akin to like when it fully reveals that her friend had realized that the person that was supposedly helping her was trying to manipulate and scare her, and had turned part of it back on them. Which, in knowing that, it explained some of the differences in some of the loose threads. This is the same thing happening, is we could not have known about the details of the mirror. Only that at the last moment, it became clear that the mirror was important. Up until then, we could only have thought the knife is the murder weapon, and that they never found it is confusing. Like, how? But how? What happened to the mirror? Ah yes, the mirror. It still decorates the wall of its beloved room 104. Actually, I believe that both of the incidents were brought about due to the influence of that mirror. I can barely contain my speculations. Please do. More importantly, thank you, Mrs. Ami. Nice of you to bring back this Illuminate card. Reflection of Death, owned by Kiniko. This he mentioned that he had one. He no longer wanted it. His summoning ritual failed and the ghost was a living person. He insisted I just take it. Yet the prophecy itself was fulfilled, it seems. Hey, Director. What is it? While doing social media research, I saw people revealing others' personal information or posting random guesses, and having fun doing so even. What about it? What about it? How could they cause someone else such pain and not feel any remorse? They simply don't care. Huh? Rumors say a ghost haunts that apartment. And we mute because this part has vocals and because I don't trust music rights handling on games. They take interest and sniff around. Yet, do they care what became of the woman living in the room? No, public interest doesn't last that long. It's all someone else's mess, a mere piece of entertainment. That's terrible. The rumors themselves aren't inherently evil. The problem lies with the people who handle them. The people who handle rumors? Maybe that space needs something drastic. A great reset, devastation, and judgment. Director? Like Samizima or yeah. Samijima. Oh, okay. The organization is the name for it seems similar to that. About 1,000 hours away, I guess. So 2 completed. Reflection of death. He's gonna be doing Bloody Mary, right? Oh no, he's saying his daughter's name. Spooky. Very good. Very good. The buttons. Good times. Good times. I am still enjoying this one. Still enjoying this one, as the fact that we ran an hour over might indicate. Yeah, yeah. Definitely good times. Like I mentioned, I do want to see if I can slide a different game in this week, as well as this. I do want to get this done soon, but I feel like a little change of pace would be good. We'll see what that ends up being, if anything. But yeah, I hope you folks had a good time watching with us tonight. Hey, if you like what you saw and would like to see more of this, remember to like, follow, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. Those buttons down there are generally good for the channel, so I'd appreciate it if you press them. But with all that said, I hope the rest of your day is good, and I'll see you next time.